What is going on, everybody? If you haven't had a chance to go check this out, I highly recommend you watch it. The biggest thing for me now, if you haven't seen the video, is longevity. How long is it going to last? Chemical Guys is not known for the highest quality products. Really good, obviously, when I used it on there. So now it's all about time to actually see how long it is going to last. So that is what we are going to be doing. A lot of people have liked the video, some people have not. They've knocked it and said, well, you used to say that their soaps were good. I said, no, their foam was really good, and their soaps were, man, nothing better than that. But so other than that, though, I've had a really good reception of it. The same with the Hydro Suds. The Suds are, yeah, I didn't get a chance to try it in the foam cannon, so look for it this Friday, the Hydro Suds in the foam cannon. So it should do really good, though. I will give Chemical Guys one thing for them. Chemical Guys do very, very good in foam cannons, so I shouldn't have any issues with them in the foam cannon. But for fun, of course, we are going to test it in the foam cannon. Maybe I'll wash the GTR. I haven't washed it in a while. And if you haven't seen on my Instagram, go on Instagram, follow me on Acc0rd79 real quick. It was raining hard yesterday, and I had the GTR out, and everybody wants to know how the Turtle Wax Sealant Shine is doing, the spray-on sealant. Amazing, amazing. It's doing wonderful right now. So it is amazing for, what is it, like $6.97 at Walmart. If you haven't picked yourself up some, I highly recommend you do it, because I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised to how well it holds up and how good it gives you a pop. So there's a little bit of rundown what's been going on. If you've also followed my Instagram, I have been doing the flight, getting ready for flight school and stuff. Today we were over in Melbourne, Florida, and went over there. It's about 45 minutes to an hour from here, right on the coast. And I went up with a different school today, and we flew down the beach and stuff like that, Sebastian Inlet, Melbourne, and all that stuff. So that was a lot of fun. Flew into Cessna this time, but I like the school, but it's just too far away, being the fact that it was like an hour and 10 minutes with traffic to get there. And I said, I just can't do that on a every other day basis, an hour and 10 minutes each way. So I'm probably going to stick with here in Kissimmee, Florida. So we're trying to work something out now with that side of the world. But yeah, wife gave me a 2 thumbs up. I'll be attending flight school here soon. So you'll have a pilot on your hands. So that should be a lot of fun. My dream since I was a little boy was to be a commercial airline pilot or a military jet fighter pilot, as a matter of fact. But I wear contacts, and of course the military told me hell no back in the day. And so this is my chance to do it. My wife is 100% behind me, said I will support you all the way. So I want to see you live your dream. So it's going to be fun over the next year or two to get all my licenses and stuff out of the way. So I'm a little nervous, of course, but I have a great time when I'm up there. The views are just beautiful. The turbulence, not so fun. You don't like that too much, but you know, because the little planes, they bounce around a lot. They're like this the whole time, and you never know when a bump's going to come or a drop. So that's kind of scary, but overall, it's still a lot of fun being up there, and it's beautiful up when you're up there. You can see everything. The beaches were amazing from up there. It was great times. But yeah, that's what's been going on with me. Anything. Update Armor All Dalton. I haven't tried it yet. Give me some time, buddy. I see Matthew. I see PJV stepped up their game. I told you Turtle Wax is getting better. They ain't no slouch no more. They're really seriously trying to break away from the old name. They have the capabilities to do it, but for the most part, Walmart locks them into a certain price range. So I really like Turtle Wax the way they're going right now. So far, Carlos, both are holding up very good. I will tell you though, I'll be real with you, the GTR is more of a garage queen, so I got to give it more of a long-term longevity chest, where the Civic Type R is more of my daily driver. It sits outside a lot of times to whatnot. And the Mothers has been holding up very easy. I had a minor streaking problem with the Turtle Wax. Not like it was hard to buff it off and get rid of the streaks, but if you apply too much of the product, because it's very high carnauba-based spray on sealant and wax, that you can get some streaks on it. So I didn't get that with the Mothers, and as well as Mothers suggest to stack it where there was nothing in the actual directions about stacking or multiple layers, that is, on the Turtle Wax. So just to give you a heads up, right now the Mothers is still holding up like a beast, out of control. No issues whatsoever, either with the Turtle Wax, but again, the Turtle Wax is on more of a garage queen car, so it doesn't get near as much action. But that's why I have been driving it a lot more, letting it get the elements and stuff like that so we can actually see. But dude, that car is slick. With that spray wax, ooh, I love it. I highly recommend that. If nothing else, give it a shot. $6.97 at Walmart. You can't go wrong with $6. Now, if it was $40 like the Chemical Guys one, let me give you a long-term results on that, because it is a lot more expensive. It really beads like crazy, but let me give you a long-term test before you go out and spend 40 bucks. Mothers was like on sale at O'Reilly's for 17 bucks. Again, stellar product. 17 bucks, you can't go wrong with that either. Let me skip through the comments real quick, guys, because I've been yapping like I always do, but doing pretty good. Where do you get your haircut? Like super cuts or whatever? Yeah, I just got it cut yesterday. We got my son's haircut today at Disney World. So we went from Melbourne all the way to Disney World. So it took us like an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 30 minutes for traffic. Traffic in Kissimmee is hell, and so it was pretty rough. Like you take a little country road all the way out there, a little U.S. highway that takes you all the way to the coast. Once you get past St. Cloud, dude, it's nothing but farmland as far as you can see. So you can do like 85. There's no cops out there. And that's what we did the entire way there and back. So we were actually hauled ass. Like from St. Cloud to Melbourne only took me like 24 minutes. I was moving. So that was pretty actually crazy about that. But yeah. How long does it last clean? It's been lasting me over 2 months so far. It's 2 thumbs up on that one with the Turtle Wax Seal and Shine. Hey Ranger, how's it going? CJ, I see you up there. Tommy, what's going on, buddy? Any hints on 2020 products? Not yet whatsoever. Turtle Wax hasn't contacted me in a little while, so I don't know. They probably won't let me know about 2020 products till somewhere closer to the end of, around the fall sometime is when they start getting there. Have you tried Auto Bright Magic Foam? No, I haven't. Turtle Wax slow and steady wins the race. Honestly, over time, Victor, it's been doing really good. I can't say they're the best brand out there, but for the price right now, they're really making some headway, and that's what I like to see. Hey, Chad, haven't missed the past few streams. Anything new with you? No, I'm not much other than getting ready for flight school. I'm pretty stoked about it. It's not a cheap adventure. If anybody hasn't figured it out, it's like buying cars. It's very expensive, but if you intend to eventually make it to like commercial flight pilot or anything like that, obviously you make the money up in time. You know, it's like my wife being a doctor. You know, she had to go to med school, so you're paying all this crap load of money to go 3 years of med school, and you're not getting a dime. Then you go and become a resident doctor, and depending on what specialty you go to, it takes a certain amount of years. So with her, she's a family practice doctor, so it took her 3 years of residency. During those 3 years, they paid her $40,000, $45,000, and $50,000 a year, according to what year. So that's not a lot of money. So now you're minimum 6 years in, plus she had to have her 4-year college degree. And so that by the time she was actually graduated and actually able to get a job down here for her first job, which was in Kissimmee, Florida, she was what, 32 years old? She was 31 years old before she actually drew in a decent sized paycheck being a doctor. So it's the same thing with pilot. Yeah, it's a lot cheaper to become a pilot, but commercially rated pilot, it's about $65,000. So it's like buying another GTR. And I told my wife that. I said, it's no joke. It's not going to be cheap. I said, well, I'm going to start out with private pilot's license and work my way up, but she 100% backs me, and I love her because of that. But obviously, in the long term, then you get to build up your hours, whether you're an instructor or something, and then you, once you get about 1,500 hours, you can start applying for like regional airlines. It doesn't pay as much either. It's like 40, 50 grand a year. It's not a lot, but you have to use that experience and time in the seat of the airplane to build up to actually go to a full like jets and stuff where you start making 6 figures and stuff. So again, it is a long-term process, but the ends justify the means. You know what I mean? Sorry about Mother's customer service. I don't know, buddy. I don't know. I'm still liking Bead Maker. Good to hear it, man. That is actually going to be tested on my wife's minivan. We were so busy this weekend. She had to work yesterday. I don't think she works next weekend, but if she doesn't, I'm going to be stripping off the old Meguiar stuff off of there and actually putting Bead Maker on there so we can get a good long-term test of the actual minivan with Bead Maker. Because, of course, I have one of my subscribers send it to me, but I haven't had any vehicles to put it on because I've been trying out all the newer 2019 products. So that's my game plan, that is. Do you change your own oil? No, I don't. How about OptiSeal? I haven't tried OptiSeal Clean. Hey, Chad, what's your favorite window tint film? I don't know why, but all the companies that I've gone with through all the years has always used Lumar. I have Lumar Air Blue, so on the Type R, the entire front windshield is Air Blue, which is 85% tint or 80%. I don't know, it's basically clear. And then it has a 5% on the whole rest of the car and then a 5% visor strip. So for you guys who are into tint, Air Blue is full ceramic tinted, so it's the best for heat reduction. And then the 5% is metallized, so it's the one step right below it to help with heat. You can get ceramic, they said, but it costs more and they have to actually order it because they don't carry it in stock because most people just don't care about the difference. Hey, I'm from California. I always watch your videos. Jamie, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I have a great subscriber base. All these videos, I got to give a shout out to you guys who donated over the time. Without your donations, I probably would never bought those Chemical Guys products. And that all comes down to you guys as subscribers. because when I see these prices of chemical guys, let's face it, they overprice everything, and I'm like, I'm not paying $16.99 for a bottle of soap that probably sucks anyways, and it really wasn't that great, as you guys got to see the video. $40 for the spray-on sealant, essentially. I was like, ooh, that's expensive, because you can buy actual ceramic coating, the actual, like, the smaller bottle of ceramic coating for, like, from Acc0rd for about $55, and it's like, yeah, ceramic coating is going to probably last 3 years or more, depending on what you take care of it. So, you know, spend 15 bucks extra and have it ceramic coated, yeah, you get where I'm trying to say. So I really want to say thank you so much for my subscribers. If you guys didn't see my latest Chemical Guys video, praising you guys for all the donations, it really did help a lot, because otherwise I wouldn't have bought those products. I was like, 40 bucks? Nah, but it's the way it goes. What's up, Jacob? I see you up in here. What's the longest sealant wax coating? Let's see, sealants, so far I have tried Chemical Guys Jet Seal, Masterson Shield Sealant, Visible Shine from Stoner Car Care, and one other. They all relatively last in Florida about 10 months before they really start fading, where I need to go ahead and replace it. Indoor cars like the GTR, when I tested out Jet Seal, it lasted for over a year. But then again, the GTR is more of a garage queen, so it doesn't see as much action out there in the Florida sun. But when I tested the cars that were outside every day, I saw at least 10 months of solid out here in the Florida heat. Your wife should get a mohawk hairstyle. Yeah, that will never happen. As a matter of fact, she's growing out her hair right now. It's pretty funny. Have I ever used Colonite 845? No, I haven't, but I do actually own it, Cody. Be right back and have some dinner. What's up? Have you ever heard of companies Gearheads Chemicals? No, I haven't, man. Do you wash undercarriage of your car? No, David, because we don't have a problem with salt here in Florida unless you're up on the beach. I don't have issues with salt. There's really no reason for me to worry about it. Commercial versus military. In military, it doesn't pay near as well. I know that for a fact, but you get to fly the cool military jets, and the military will pay for your flight training, where let's say you go with my route all the way up, then you have to pay it out of pocket. And that's generally the difference. Military is much more accelerated speed as well. They're not the slow paced. I mean, they're just hammering you through 8-10 hours a day. You're just boom, 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 you know what I'm saying? Because they got to get you trained. It takes 2 full years to get you jet certified, or whatever plane you're going to be certified in the military. Where this, it's like you can go at your own pace, you can do whatever you want, you know, and you just got to pay it out of pocket. Zigzags, CG or Adams? Adams by far. CG is mostly just all fluff and name. I was wondering, expecting more from Chemical. I wasn't expecting more from Chemical Guys Hydro Soap at all, Carlos. All their soaps are watered down for the most part. All of them are pretty piss poor. There's some, like, people were commenting, oh, you like Mr. Pink? I said, yeah, I love it in the foam can. I love Honeydew Snow Foam in the foam can. But in the 2 buckets method, it's not the best, okay? That's what I try and get across to you all. I'm not hating on them. I just want them to be better. Just like every other company I try, I'm not hating on them. When I give a bad review, it's in my own opinion, because I try so many other products. And these are products that I love, and they aren't at that level. I want to see them get to that level. So I hope that everybody understands that when I make these videos here. Try 4 ounces instead of 16 ounces. Dude, you should see, man. Let me open the door real quick. I've got my lawnmower. It keeps tripping into the damn lawnmower. Let me move out of the way. I've been trying to, like, keep the house up a lot more lately. That's the way it goes. Here, you guys want to see? So look at this box right here. This is just one of my boxes of Chemical Guy stuff that just sits in there, okay? Just sits in there. And I don't even use it anymore. So these are just all boxes full of products that I have that I don't even use anymore. They just sit in there. Once in a while, I'll go bring them out, but if that tells you anything, I just don't use it that much. As a matter of fact, I just washed, let's see. I washed the motorcycle yesterday, and I put on spray wax, Griot's Garage Best of Show spray wax. And I use Mother's Carnival Wash and Wax because I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. You can follow me on Instagram. I post up what I'm actually using. I washed this car the other day. I used the Mother's Speed 2.0, whatever it was, their car wash and wax. So giving you a heads up, these are especially the Mother stuff. I keep finding myself going back to them. Look at how much of the Mother's, the brand new Mother's 3X stuff here. This is a 100-ounce bottle. Look how much I've already used of it. That's how much I like this stuff. If that doesn't tell you anything, if I'm using tons of it, that means it's pretty damn good, okay? So that's why that kind of stuff just sits in there, because I'm like, I got way better stuff here that I like anyways. What up, Ronnie Boy? I tried Turnova car wash soap. I haven't even heard of it. Trying to order the thing, Amazon. Do you need anything to pass the G-force in the military? Don't you need to pass? I think you do, like if you're gonna go in jets and stuff, but I don't think like, you know, cargo planes or anything like that, you need the G-force test or anything because it's like, why? I'm in a big, giant, slow plane. I don't need the G-forces. I live in South Florida. Just got to deal with the Florida sun. Deal with Florida sun. This came with Mr. Peak and Melon Dew. What's another I should try? I'm not completely happy with the soap. Honestly, a lot of your over-the-counter soaps are doing a lot better, to tell you the truth. Meguiar's Gold Class is amazing. Mother's Carnivore Wash and Wax is amazing. The Mother's Speed Wash is pretty good as well. I really like that soap I just showed you. I don't know where you get that soap here locally, but because I bought it offline. I would just kind of look around and see what else is out there. There's a huge bee in my garage. It's crazy. Or a beetle, one of the two. Keep up the good work, Ancient Living. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being a subscriber here. It's awesome having good subscribers. Look at us. We got like right at 50 people in here right now. The channel is just cruising along, and it's all up to you guys. I mean, I could be just sitting here making videos and doing nothing, but it's all up to the subscribers who watch it. If you don't take time to watch the videos and like my videos and stuff, then they're never going to really take off. Gearhead Chemicals only has 2 products that are pretty good. The problem is, Esteban, I've never heard of that company, and if I haven't heard of it, a lot of people, other people have not heard of it either. I'll give you an example. So everybody knows Chemical Guy's Hype, and I just reviewed it, their Hydro Suds, what was it, on Wednesday? I put up the Hydro Suds video. It only has 6,000 views, and I have almost 20, I have 29,000 subscribers now, guys. Hell if I know. It's like, yeah, I've got like 29,000 subscribers, and only got 6,000 views out of it after this long. These little no-name brands usually don't do very good when it comes to actually reviews. Just got 19 Camry XSE and want to protect, keep it clean up some. Get a sealant. Put a sealant on there ASAP. Protect as much as you possibly can. If you really want to get hardcore about protection, then get it ceramic coated because it's the best you're ever going to get. Best soap from a foam cannon. Well, I will be real with you. Chemical Guys does very good in the foam cannon side of things. I keep finding myself with some other soaps that are really good. You guys got to see the Car Pro Reload in the foam cannon. Amazing. If you're willing to buy online, I'll tell you right now, give Limitless Car Care a try. Give the Wax Shop a try. I would say buy them when they're on discount right now. That's what I usually do. I always go buy when I see discounts online, 25% off for free shipping or something. That's when I buy the products. Those 2 products alone, those companies alone, those damn things suds up so hard, it's insane. And on top of that, they're mind-blowingly good in a 2-bucket method. They're so damn slick. The suds are so thick, and they just never die, even in the Florida sun. So if you're willing to try it, and I suggest you do, look at the Wax Shop and look at Limitless Car Care for their soaps. They're both amazing in the foam cannon, and they are both stellar in the 2-bucket method. Cruise Line Cup. So anybody who doesn't know, this is Disney Cruise Line symbol right here. We've been on 3 or 4 Disney Cruise Lines. We go in a couple more weeks. We go on another cruise. We're taking the Norwegian Joy out of Seattle to Alaska. So all my West Coast friends and my Canada friends out there, what's up, man? I'm heading your way. So that way I can get out of this hot heat because it was 95 degrees. It said it felt 102 degrees with humidity. It was awful. Are you going to try the CG Hydro Foam in the soap foam can? You know I am. Look for that on Friday. Chris Gibson, what's up, Gibby? It's been a long time, man. Yeah, this is here, and the Honda Grom is actually in the dining room. It's pretty funny. Everybody's like, you put the motorcycle in your dining room? I'm like, yeah. So I ran out of room. There's no room, obviously, in the garage. So the Grom is so small, I just actually ramp it up in the front door, and right next to the front door is the dining room table. I just put it right next to the wall in the dining room. I put a little cardboard thing below it to kind of give it some stability. That's where the Grom sits. So if I take the Grom out, I just drive it out of my actual house. It's pretty crazy. I don't like using soaps with gloss enhancers, wax, etc. Bikes. I'm scared they will ruin the brakes. I haven't ever had any issues with it. I'm telling you right here, try this stuff. This is Limitless Car Care, Limitless Lather. It is stellar in the foam cannon and stellar in the 2-bucket method. It's so rich and so thick. I don't think I have the Wax Shop's soap here. But it kind of looks like this, the Wax Shop. It's a smaller company now, really building up good, but their spray wax is mind-blowing as well. Very heavy amounts of like Carnauba and stuff. It's really good. I tried Turtle Wax Max Power in the foam cannon. 6 ounce, foam like crazy. There you go. You know, the one thing that I like about Turtle Wax is they actually listen. So they contact me and they let me try out products before they're even out on the market. Before you guys even have a chance to buy them, they send them to me and say, hey, let us know what you think about these products. And I'm like, okay, you know, and then I try them out and I'm like, dude, it's either really good or maybe you should tweak this a little bit. But I like that they listen, because I suggested about a year or two ago, make a foam cannon soap, make a soap that's able to be made in the foam cannon. Guess what? They did. And guess what happened next? Meguiar's just announced they're bringing out a pink soap that's launching right now in Europe, and they're bringing it over to America. Who copied who again? Because Meguiar's did the same thing. Turtle Wax has max power to strip your soap. Meguiar's brought out their type of thing, soap to strip their soap. Who's copying who now? And like the foam cannon thing, I asked for it personally. I said, please, 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 please. Now, I've also asked Turtle Wax to bring out like an aerosol, a tire shine. I said, either bring me a super high tire shine from aerosol tire shine to compete with like Meguiar's Ultimate or something really dripping wet, or bring me or like have a second one that's more of either a gel or something like that. That's for more of like a medium shine that maybe will last a lot longer. They said, this is what I'd like to see. This is what you guys are really lacking right now. And they said, okay, we'll think about it. So if you see something come out in the next year or two, it's because I've been bugging them up the wall for it. Drew, anytime, buddy, anytime for fellow Floridian. Just purchase the tire kicker. Can give you a rate 1 to 10 on shine level. It actually did really good, buddy. I would say shine level, you're probably around a 7 to 8 out of shininess. It lasted me a good pushing 2 weeks before it really started fading. I don't really see tire shines last much beyond 2 weeks before they were completely gone. So if you get a tire shine that lasts you a week and a half or more, and it still decently maintains a little bit of shine, you're doing pretty good, because most stuff is just going to go, you know, flying off down the road eventually, and it's just going to get worn off because it's, you know, it's dealing with road conditions, it's whatever, you know. No school woot woot. Do you have any problems with the Turtle Wax Seal and Shine smearing? I can't seem to apply it without smearing, and I tried it. Sean, very little amounts. So the carnauba is in there is a very, very high amount of carnauba that they put in it, and it makes it look amazing, by the way. The GTR looks amazing when it's cleaned up. I mean, even now it's dirty, and it still looks really good. It got rained on all yesterday, if you guys got to see my Instagram. And it still shines like crazy. It's a really, really good spray on wax, but it has heavy, heavy amounts of carnauba wax, which in turn can streak. So when you apply it, apply just very little amounts. It doesn't take much. And that was what the problem that Turtle Wax was running into as well. A lot of customers were telling them that, hey, we're getting some streakiness and stuff out of it, and what's going on with this product? And they just said, basically, you're applying too much. Cut it down because of the heavy, heavy content of carnauba that's in it. So, you know, try a little bit less next time. I hope that helps you out. Nice seeing you, even though I'm late. Ivor, is always good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by, even though it is a little late. Have you considered a water purification system? No. Here's the deal. You know me, guys. I literally wash my car in the sun for you guys all the time. I normally wouldn't do it because it's so damn hot here in Florida, especially in the summer. But if I don't get out there and make it during the day, it's going to be really crappy on YouTube. So in order for me to combat that is to constantly keep hosing down the car. So I don't care if it's just the hood, the whole damn car gets hosed down again. Then I do the side or the bumper. I soak down the whole car again. Basically, I keep repeating that every time I go. So the car never has a chance to dry out. It's always, always wet, and it's always staying decently cool because of the water on it. And that's how I combat it. So what I did when I washed the Prelude the other day, I moved out all the cars out of the garage here, and to make the video for you guys, and as soon as I was done, I immediately backed it in the garage immediately. Well, it was still dripping wet, and it was like flooding the garage, and I immediately dried it off then. And that's basically how I can combat it without getting any sunspots. Have you ever heard of products and paint? No, I haven't. Well, what's up, Tyler? Two Fire, man. How you doing, buddy? Turtle Wax is a new spray polish for black cars. I know they sent me it, but I don't have any black cars. A shout out to anybody who wants to donate me some money for an old 90s Honda. I'll give you a shout out. Seriously, if I had a black car, I would definitely be all about it, because black cars show swirls and scratches worse than any other type of car. They are the worst. If I could just get myself like a 90s Civic, it with decent condition paint, it doesn't have to be perfect, you know, decent condition, that would be an awesome test bed, because black cars are a pain in the butt to keep clean and keep perfect. I would love that, but hey, you know what? I've got too many cars already. It would just be some stupid luck if I ever got one. Bought 2 of those Speedmaster wheel brushes and some polished pads from AutoGeek. Yes, they are amazing, Pooh. They are amazing. I use them every time. Every time. Do companies watch other companies' YouTube channels so that they can... That I don't know, Aaron. That is a good question for you, but I just don't know. I mean, the fact that Turtle Wax had max power out first, and then Meguiar's came out with their Super Duty Clean or whatever that strips wax as well. It's kind of funny. And now that Turtle Wax has their foaming sud thing, now Meguiar's is bringing it out, and it says it's going to be out in fall, and it's also pink. It's like, who's innovative here when you're basically doing what everybody thinks is Turtle Wax is a crappy company is, and now the big boys are basically copying them. It's kind of strange, isn't it, the way that works? But hey, whatever. Dalton with a $2 of thanks. Thank you so much, Dalton. You know that you're one of the ones that always helps me buy all this stuff. I keep buying it. I always listen to your stuff, and I want to say thank you. So Dalton sent me some money on one of my last streams and said, Chad, you got to try this, buddy. You got to go ahead and get this. So he sent me a picture of this bottle right here. It's Armor All. Obviously, I'm not a big fan of Armor All, but that doesn't matter. We're here to try stuff. It's Armor All Ultra Shine Total Vehicle Detailer. So it's made for vinyl, plastic, leather, glass, paint, and wheels. It's amazing. It does the interior cleans and details, paints and wheels, reveals natural luster, and glass, streak-free. So this is literally an all-in-one product here. We will be testing it out probably this week. I'm going to go ahead and try it out for you, Dalton. So you will be getting a shout-out, as always, in the videos for all your donations. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, buddy. Greetings from Houston. It's too hot. Yes, it is awful here, dude. We were at Disney, and I was like dying out there. You know, walking across the parking lot. They're doing a kind of construction of the new entrance of Disney World, and my God, they made you walk, and I'm like, ugh. It was horrible. Like I said, heat index was 102 degrees with humidity. It was like, ugh. It was not fun out there. And being at the airport today wasn't too bad because I think we took off around noon, but it was so hot still standing on the airstrip there. So I was kind of like sitting underneath the Cessna's wings. I was like, the instructor's talking. I was using my surrounding available stuff in order to get in the shade. It was pretty good. Use this for try new tire shine. I'll have to check it into it, buddy. You'll have to check into it. What do you enjoy better? Turtle Wax Seal and Shine better than Meguiar's Ultimate? That is a hard question because Meguiar's Ultimate I feel is more of a synthetic mix, where the Seal and Shine is more of a straight heavy amounts of carnauba, so it's more of a true stuff. I really feel like because of the carnauba, it's going to give you a warm, deeper, wet pop to it, where the Meguiar's Ultimate's more, just clear, glassy. Still does really good though. Meguiar's Ultimate Spray Wax is still very good, no doubt about it. But no, give Turtle Wax at least one shot before you go back to it. That's all I suggest. When I see these products that are just mind-blowingly good and people are shy, like the Limitless Car Care, the Wax Shop and stuff, I recommend you to try it. That's why I try and buy the products myself and do giveaways for it, because I really want you guys to try some of the products I get to try. And I don't mind footing the bill for it because, you guys have done so much for me over the years. I get donations. I just donate them back to you guys because it really does help. I get YouTube ad money and stuff, but a lot of times it goes into buying more products for you guys and whatnot. So I don't mind giving back to the community, and that's why I've always done that for you guys. What's up, Just a Viewer? How are you doing, buddy? I have a footage of my graduation. Good, man. About time you graduate and get the hell out of there, man. Been there long enough. Ronnie boy, have you had any trouble with Mother Synthetic Clay Bar? I have never had an issue with it. I've only ever heard you ever having any issues when it actually, the paint's not slick enough. So you guys got to see my, mind blank here, the Mother's, not Mother's, the Couple Guys ceramic spray. You guys got to see, I showed you in the video, I used that. Now, I really put tons of lubrication on there, and I've never had any single issue with it. If you feel it wanting to grab a little bit, and it's not that typical, like, the typical sandy sound to it, that's just contamination put in it, then you need to go ahead and actually go from there, and you need to put more detailer down. So, but it's actually made to be used with car soap as well, so you can actually just have your full bucket of car soaps while you're washing it and actually do it from there as well. They totally mention it in their directions. What's going on, man? Love the channel. Keep it up. Devil and Detail Auto, thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate it. I'm just your hobbyist guy that just loves it and is a big enthusiast in keeping his car clean. Thanks so much for being a subscriber of mine, buddy. Glad you're finally learning how to fly. Yeah, dude, it was a childhood dream of mine. Ever since I was a little boy, what I used to love going to the airport. I was born in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, giant airport, Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood International. I lived in Hollywood, Florida. My dad worked nights at a place right next to the airport, so the planes would always fly over. We would used to take Interstate 95, and right next to Interstate 95 is the airport. So many times you'd be driving on 95, and the big planes would fly right over the cars, and I thought that was the coolest thing. We always had to fly up north to visit grandparents. I loved being at the airport, and I said one day I'll do it. But then, of course, I had to start wearing glasses. About 4th or 5th grade, I had to start wearing glasses. Of course, the military is no way you're ever going to be a pilot in the military with glasses. Now things are changing though because they can't seem to find enough pilots. They told me that what's happening is, 20, 30 years ago, you have huge lines of people wanting to become pilots. They aren't having that anymore. People just aren't lining up to be pilots anymore. I don't know what it is. So now they're actually paying for LASIK surgery and to get your eyes corrected if you'll sign that 10-year contract, 10-year military contract if you go to flight school. 10 years. Because the first 2 years alone are just flight school to get you up to speed, so it's nuts. It's slick. I use my O3 Mustang. Good to hear it. Go get a black hood. Maybe. Thoughts on MHC? Can you specify more, just a viewer, what that is? Because I'm not familiar with the actual things. Just initials. Edgar, I use Armor All synthetic chamois and have a few swirl marks in my dad's 2017. So, swirl marks. In my imperfections, what do you think chamois is? The problem is, a chamois can get dirty. You can also get some imperfections in there. And let's say you're just dragging it off, trying to dry something. Well, now you're dragging any kind of dirt that got in there across your paint. And that could be a problem. So always make sure you clean those bad boys before you do anything. Inspect it. The same with your microfibers. The big pros always recommend lay these bad boys out on a hood or whatever you do, a table. Run your hands through it. Check it and see if there's any big imperfections in it. Run your fingers through it. And if there's anything in there, pick those bad boys out. If they're completely ruined, don't use it on your paint. Just use it on interior wheels or whatever, but don't ever use it on your paint because you could be instilling the swirls yourself. The same with your mitts. When you wash mitt, every 3 to 6 months, go get another one. They're not that expensive and it'll save you a lot of money. $5, $6 for a wash mitt versus how many hours to correct the paint? I'll pay the $5 or $6 all day long. Music Fly, black cars look so good detailed though, for sure. Yeah, for sure, man. Music, he was one of my subscribers that won something, so hopefully enjoy the bead maker, man. That was my last one. I got to order some more products to give away, dude. It's bad. Tracktation GTR, I don't really see the point. Then again, I don't track my cars. My cars are just daily drivers and just fun cars. That's all they've ever been to me. So this is just the regular premium version GTR, and that's all I need. I had people actually recording me the other day when I was driving. It was so funny. I was going to meet my wife by the mall, Florida Mall here in Orlando, and I was going there, and some lady's literally recording. I don't know why, but it was pretty funny. I've had people, there was an Acc0rd. He was like revving his car, giving me a thumb up and stuff like that. It's the crazy shit you see when you're driving a GTR. A lot of people do the same thing. Where in the Type R, the Civic, when I drive the Civic Type R, people always want to race you. Where they don't ever want to dare race you in the GTR. That's what's so funny. They will not race you in the GTR, but on this, they always want to gun it. I did have a 370Z kind of like try and rev and just kind of went by me yesterday. And I was stuck behind traffic, so I got behind him and I just floored it and like blew his doors off. And I just kind of waved at him because I was like, yeah, dude, I know you're never going to touch me in a 350. But, hey, just to give him a little bit of a show. But for the most part, nobody ever messes with you in the GTR. But damn, do they mess with you in the Civic Type R. Oh, my God. Every Ricer City wants to be out there and and this like go by you, or some people will wave at you and stuff. I don't know what it is. I guess it's the big wing. We'll use Armor All on my mailbox. Yeah, that's true. Running Boy, he probably pressed too hard and pushed too hard. Yeah, again, I don't watch other channels. I've had more people recently. Well, so-and-so's channel, but so-and-so's channel. I'm like, dude, I'm not so-and-so's channel. I just generally don't care about other people's channels. This is what I do. I give you my fair and balanced review. You take it or you leave it. But this is truly what's happened, whether it's good or what's bad. At least I'll tell you my 2 cents, and then you guys can take it and run with it, or you can just do it in your own way. That's fine. I don't care. And I'm not trying to be the next Joe Blow out there. As a matter of fact, I said it. I think it was last live stream. Who is the big guy on YouTube now? He just blew up out of nowhere last year. Pan the guy, something like that. Anyways, he started following me on Instagram, so if you're ever on here, Pan, you can say hi to me. Feel free. Always glad to talk to fellow car enthusiasts and stuff like that, so it's always fun to have that kind of stuff in there. I'm not looking for competition with anybody. I like having fun with you guys, and it's a lot of fun. I was going to wash my cars anyways, so that's basically what it comes down to with putting videos on YouTube. Sorry, I'm drinking some coffee, keeping me up a little bit. I got up early today to go to the airport thing. Thoughts on Polished Angel Viking coat? Now, I haven't tried that yet either, so I will not guesstimate or anything. It's not for me to guess. I notice a lot of people will say, well, this product's good or that. Have you tried it? Well, no, but I've heard that that's BS. Unless you've tried it yourself, then you can't give a fair review. That's why every time I get comments about this stuff and that hey, I've truly never tried it, so I'm never going to give you a thing. I'll respond to those comments and let them know that I've never tried it, so I don't want to even guess. What are you going to do on the wax shop deep reflection wax? I don't know on that one, boss. I think I have it because I have the wax shop bucket. They sent me to me for testing, so I don't know if you can see the bucket. That's Stoner Car Care products. Below that's the wax shop bucket, and that's where everything is. I guess I need more cars. So anybody want to donate some cars, bring it on over. I'll be glad to use it, and we'll put it in a video. But if they bitch about swirls, it's not my car. I didn't do it. I'm just testing a wax on it. I'm not trying to swirl correct it for you. But yeah, I need to get more friends to come on over here. I've had my friend with the 370Z come over and stuff like that, but I need to have more cars come over so I can test more products. I'll be in Florida in September. Do you think a day park hopper is worth it? Yeah, but you're going to be pressured because there's 4 parks and September is going to be, it'll still be hot, but it'll start to be dying down. Still expect September to be 80s and 90s. It's not cool in Florida still in September. It's still pretty damn hot. You might be able to get like 2 parks out of it, but just understand that. It's the most expensive park of them all. Giving back to the community, count 7, try TPC Shield. Best spray wax. Oh man, there's a lot of good spray waxes out there. I'm not even going to beat around the bush. As a matter of fact, when I washed the bike for the first time, and I don't even know, because the bike, how do I want to say it? It's more of I wash it, I do try and keep it clean, but I don't keep it as clean as the cars, okay? I don't drive it as much as the cars. I only get to ride 2 days a week. So it was pretty dirty, had bugs all on it from love bug season. So I got them all cleaned off. Anyways, I use Grillo's Garage Best of Show spray wax, and my God, it's amazing. I love Grillo's Garage. For the most part, they're like a solid A product company. I like their stuff better than Adam's products. I love them way more than Chemical Guys. I feel like their products are better quality all around. And so I put it on there, and I'm telling you, I don't know if it's going to show up in the camera. The gloss on here is just beautiful. But that's personally one thing that I have no problem using. Anytime, Ronnie boy, how is driving the Corvette? It was pretty good. It really just reminded me of any other car when I was driving that C7. For anybody who didn't know, I was in Illinois a couple weeks back. My grandmother died, so we went up there, and I stayed with a family of my friends of my dad's, with me and my wife and my son. We stayed over there at their house for the first couple of days until the funeral was over. And the guy's a huge car collector. He owns 13 different cars, okay? He's got multiple garages to store them all in. The guy's got a little bit of money, let's just say. But he has a brand new C7 Corvette, and he just said, hey, you want to go drive it? He took us out on the roads, and he let me drive it for over an hour. And, you know, great, cool guy. It just drove like any other car, to be real with you guys. I felt like it was a lot more cramped in than the GTR. GTR is a lot bigger, where the Corvette it just seems like it was like a military, like a fighter jet cockpit. It was really cramped in, and like the headroom was a lot less and everything. And I was just like, wow, it's a lot tinier here. Other than that, drove just fine, like any other car out there. Now, did I floor it and go crazy? No, because it's not my car, and I respect people's things. So I didn't drive it crazy, even though he was like, you can do it. I'm like, I just don't feel comfortable. It's not mine, and we're just friends. What would you recommend putting on new chrome wheel before installing it on my trucks? What would you recommend putting on? Honestly, I have the Deluxe over here. It's for the wheels stuff. Wheel protection, I would check on this kind of stuff right here. It's from Acc0rd, the Car Pro company, and look up Deluxe. This is actually ceramic coating. See if it would be okay. Now, I haven't done any background check on see if it's okay on chrome. It just says I would definitely check though. But if it is, ceramic coat your wheels before you even slap those bad boys on. Ceramic coat them. You'll thank me later because the brake dust doesn't stick to them near as much. Now that I have a diploma, I'm thinking about joining the military, probably Army and Navy. Hey, man, whatever works for you. Honestly, if you're going for technology, I would say Air Force all day long. They're going to treat you better than all the branches. I've been on the Air Force bases with friends, and it's like, holy shit, this is nice. Then you go on the Navy bases, and you're like, Because I went to the University of West Florida. I was right there in Pensacola, Florida, where all the Navy Marine pilots train, go to flight school at, is in Pensacola, Florida. And yeah, NAS Pensacola is not near as nice as the Air Force bases around it. Like you have Eglin Air Force Base, Hurlburt Air Force Base, right down there by Fort Walton Beach. Tyndall Air Force Base, where all the F-22s are based here in Florida, which is in Panama City. They're a lot nicer, trust me. You get treated a lot better. So if you are seriously looking at that, consider the Air Force at least before you make your final decision. Meguiar's hybrid ceramic. Just a viewer. It's pretty easy to keep applying the hybrid ceramic to you. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty easy to apply it when the car is wet, just like most of these other newer products. But it just doesn't last here in the Florida sun. I was honestly and truly shocked about that. That video is absolutely blowing up. I am so shocked that just a basic 2-month update video on a Meguiar's ceramic spray wax product is completely blowing up. I did not expect that in whatsoever, and I'm shocked that it happened. So it's netted me a lot of new subscribers because of it. So if you found me because of that video, welcome to the channel. But I was just like, whoa, it's just taken off. And I didn't expect that from just an update video. But I was really shocked that Meguiar's of all couldn't last more than about a month and a half before it was all fading off. I'm like, damn, really, guys? Why wouldn't I just use your ultimate spray wax? Or, in my opinion, just go to their ultimate, what's it called? Jeez Louise. Go to their ultimate paste wax or liquid wax, because it lasted here in Florida 5 months. So I'd rather do that than ever, I don't know. That's just me. That is honest to God's me. But it just doesn't last here in Florida. I've heard that the Marines are much harder than the Army. Love your videos, brother. Much more thing. I appreciate Ensenada. Did we go there? No. So Big Joe, we went to a Mexican cruise there on the Western Caribbean. Or sorry, the Western side, on the Pacific side. I don't know. It was right before my son was born, so 2015. So we went down to out of California, and we went down to the Baja Peninsula. We went to I forgot where. Mazatlan. Cabo San Lucas, we went to freaking A. It starts with a V. Anyways, it's really cool. It's really big. But I like that side of Mexico way more than the other side. The Caribbean side, ugh, it's so hot and nasty, and there's just nothing out there. But the other side is so much more different. It's prettier, better scenery. It's really cool. Like the Baja Peninsula sticking off California is a desert. Well, then you go 50 miles inland to the actual mainland Mexico, and it's like jungle, and again, it's really pretty. So it's crazy the way the difference is. Do you ever use a chamois? I always use waffle weave towels. I'll show you one of them right here. So this is actually a Chemical Guys waffle weave towel. I love these things. I bought 3 of these bad boys. I have 2 of these kind of ones from Guerrero's Garage. I like the waffle weave towels. They're easy to deal with, easy to wring out, easy to clean. Just throw them in there, put the microfiber cleaner in it, we're good to go. Anyone else getting welcome to the chat notifications? Nope. Pan, yes, from Texas. Sorry guys, I'm trying to catch up. I know you guys are way behind, so I do apologize. 4-door SI, welcome to the channel, buddy. Have you ever tried no rinse? No, I haven't, buddy. I've heard stellar things about it, but I have not personally tried it. Do you think all these spray-on ceramics are gimmicky? Yes, I do, Miami. I have not seen, the only one that has ever done me good is this, the actual Mothers, which, where the hell? Oh, it's in the kitchen. Don't ask me why I put the thing in the kitchen, but it's in the kitchen. Hold on. The hell just fell? I don't know. Something fell out in the garage, but don't know what that was. Yes. This stuff, right here. Hold on, I'm gonna go back outside the garage. All right, this stuff. So I wouldn't say, this is more of the SiO2 plus TiO2 nanoquartz technology. This stuff is mind-blowing, and you use very little, and it's really damn good. This is the best by far in 2019. There's nothing that I've seen that holds up better and that lasts better than that. So far, it just keeps on chugging along. I drive the Civic Type R all the time. It gets rained on. It's out there in the Florida sun, and it just keeps on chugging along. And they even recommend right on the bottle to stack it and put multiple layers on that bad boy, and I did. And I put that in the video that I put 4 layers on there, and it just holds up like a champ. As a matter of fact, when I got my new custom license plate in for this Civic Type R, every day, I sprayed it front and back with that product, wiped it off, and let it sit there and dry it overnight. Well, it doesn't take that long to dry, obviously, but I let it cure overnight for 24 hours, and I did it 4 days in a row. That sucker, obviously, I want to keep my license plates clean, and why not do everything, What's next for the white Prelude? Well, it was actually going to get painted here this summer. I was going to set aside the $2,200, but now that I'm going to be attending, the wife gave me full 2 thumbs up to start flight school. All that money now is going to start getting funneled into it. Because let's face it, to get a private license with all your hours that you need to fly, the rental cost, the book cost, and everything, you're at $12,000, okay? Let that sink in. A private pilot, just so you personally can fly a plane according to the FAA to get your license in all your flight time, $12,000. Okay, drivers, that barely cost me anything, and just, you know, going to the DMV to get your actual license was like, what was it? I forgot, like, I don't know, like 20 bucks to get your license to drive a car, versus $12,000, okay? That's just like, pff. And then if you want to get up to commercial, then you're gonna have to have your instrument rating, which means you have to kind of fly the plane with instruments only, kind of like you're in bad weather, you're in the clouds and you can't see the ground. That costs about another $10,000 or so. Then you have to have like your commercial rating, which is like another $10,000 to $15,000. You can see where this is going here really quick. There's different levels you have to have, and this is what costs all the money. And it's like, oh, so my wife is 100% behind me, but I hope you understand where all my money is going to really start to go. Obviously, I still have to keep paying my car payments. I can't dick around on that. The GTR is going to be paid off here in a few months. I'm shooting for November to have the GTR paid off. I only owe $6,000 left on it, so I'll finally be out of debt on that car, which frees up a ton of money, which I'll either put on the Civic Type R or have to keep investing into flight school, one of the two. Get your wife's coworkers to donate their cars. Yeah, for sure. No. I haven't tried any AutoGlim. I've heard a lot of great things about AutoGlim, but I haven't, Wes. I'm sorry that if I'm late on responding to all this stuff, it's just because I'm really trying to get to everybody's questions. For me, it's spending time with you guys, answering to the best of my knowledge. Remember, I'm not a pro. I haven't been doing this for 50 years of my life. I've been, washing, cleaning cars for like 20 plus years, okay? But at a pro level, no, I'm no pro. I will never claim to be a pro. I'm just a good enthusiast, hobbyist detailer. You know what I mean? Like an enthusiast level. Like I'm like, oh yeah. But do I do it for a job? Obviously not. I live nearby you. I let you touch my stuff. Yeah, dude. I'd tell you bring it on over. I've got no problem with it. As a matter of fact, one of the Type R guys, he told me he's gonna let me. He's gonna bring the car over. So we'll be testing products on his Type R. He's one of the admins of the Florida Type R Civic group, and he has the platinum metal color. So it's like a silvery color. I live 10 minutes from Disneyland, California, and I just want to check in Florida. Yeah, Florida is obviously a lot bigger. It's like huge in comparison. As a matter of fact, my wife's aunt lives right there in Anaheim, right down the road. So you step out of her townhomes, and you kind of look down like this, like, oh, there it is. And about, like, I think it's like 8 or 10 blocks down the road, you can actually see the giant wall of Disneyland. You don't have that here. Disney World, when they bought it, I think they bought up, I think it was like 500,000 acres or something stupid of land out in the middle of nowhere. At the time, it was in the middle of nowhere. Orlando was barely a blip on the map, and Kissimmee was nothing. So that's why he bought it out here, and it was just nothing but like ranch roads and stuff like that. So you're not going to have all the homes around it or anything. It's just trees and trees and trees, and that's it. And then and they own all those trees, and so nobody's going to build next to them, and that's basically the way Disney is. So it's really, really big. It's nothing like what you're used to. How'd you get the Turtle Wax 303 signs? Ethan, they sent them to me as like kind of a thank you for reviewing their products and giving them feedback and stuff. As a matter of fact, there's a new company called Detail Ground. They're a detail shop here in Orlando, Florida. They're right on Interstate 4 near downtown. And I've been to their shop, amazing shop. They carry a lot of the higher end detailing products. And they've contacted me. I haven't heard from them in about a week now. But they want me to start trying out their products, or the products that they carry, and then give them a shout out and links to their videos and channels, because you can either buy online from them or obviously just drive to their store, and it's really nice. So we'll see what happens with that side of things. But that's basically what I told them. I said I don't mind doing it. They don't care that if I give it a positive or negative. They don't care about that, they said. And they said they just want me to give them a shout out in the videos which the products they do donate to me, and then put a link in my channel below. And I said I've got no problem with that, because they're not paying me or anything. It's just like, here, you have the product, you can try it, and you keep it whatever you want. I said sure. And I said the only thing I want is, I said, get me a Detail Ground banner that I can hang on the wall and support you guys essentially. So that's all I ever asked for. I said if you got a banner, send it to me, and that's basically what happened. I got Meguiar's cleaner wax. Is it any good? It's decent. It's definitely no issues whatsoever. Charnado. Okay. Where'd you get 303? There you go. It's going to be sad when you blow up on YouTube and probably won't read questions. Dude, I'll never blow up. I am just the average Joe. If you came to my house right now, all you guys could just chill out and just BS about cars, and I really honestly wouldn't care. If you guys wanted to test the products, I'd say, hey man, test whatever you want. Bring your car and let's clean it up. That's how kind of I am. I want everybody to get to try the stuff for themselves. I recommend some stuff. I don't recommend other things. But I want you all to have fun while you're doing it as well, and you guys to like take care of it. And if you got have fun with me, I've got no issues with that. Like I said, I would just say, hey, go buy whatever you know, take out whatever you want out of it, try it on your car, let me know how it feels, and then, you know, put it back in the closet whenever you're done, you know, and just, you know, let me know what you think about it from your end. And that's how it is. But blowing up, no. You know, we might hit 30,000 subscribers here in the next month or two, but 30,000 is a drop in the bucket compared to the big boys. Look at that pan guy, whatever. I mean, he's got well over 100,000. I mean, I'm just a nobody in this world. Another quick question: what's the best use for cleaning the glass? I love Stoner Car Care's Invisible Glass. It is freaking stellar. It is safe on tinted windows. It's stellar. Okay, it's called Invisible. It's called Invisible Glass. It's made by Stoner Car Care. They sell it at Walmart, easy to get, and it's probably some of the best glass cleaner right now that you can buy. Let me see if I have the bottle. Here it is. Move. I got too much crap. Here it is. So look for this right here. Invisible Glass by Stoner Car Care. Absolutely stellar. Now there's a lot of good glass cleaners out there, but if you want the best of the best, give that a shot. You can easily pick it up at Walmart for a couple bucks, and you're gonna love it. Since I'm small, I can fit in the fighter planes without sweat, as long as you have perfect vision in your body and you don't have any physical conditions or anything. The average pilot in the military is not that tall. You guys would be surprised. You're not going to find some 6'5" guy in a fighter jet because he just can't fit in. He's too damn big. He might be able to fly a regular cargo planes or one of those kind of like things, but he ain't going to get in that fighter jet. He's just too big. North Star, how you doing, man? If you like to work Marines, the Coast Guard, Navy, you'll be shipped Air Force, Chair Force. There you go. That is 100% right. If you want to just chill out, but they do have more technological stuff with the Air Force. So if you're looking for a job after you get out of the Air Force, you might want to think about that because those are going to be your higher paying jobs that you can work at. As a matter of fact, the certified flight instructor for today when I went to Melbourne, Florida, he was a retired lieutenant commander in the Coast Guard. He always wanted to be a pilot, but he wore glasses and he failed the very last check to go to flight school. He was the very last, he made to the very last level and they denied him on the last check. But what he told me is that after he retired from the Coast Guard, now he works at Northrop Grumman, that's right there across the airport in Melbourne. Massive complex of buildings right on the airport. That's all Northrop Grumman right there. And that's where he works during the day. So he's already pulling one pension from the Coast Guard, and now he's already working, making more money, and probably makes 3 times as much as he did in the Coast Guard at his job at Grumman. So highly suggested that you would look into something that would get you a job afterwards. I'm not saying like infantry or whatever wouldn't do good, but what are you going to do? You're going to go up to like a job and be like, so what did you do in the military? Oh, I've got skills to kill people. Oh. Well, I don't know how we're going to use that here, but yeah, come on in. You know, you see what I'm saying, where if you got some of the technical background and you know how to do this stuff, you can get picked up and get a pretty nice check once you decide to leave. iPhone, I just got to it, buddy. I'm trying to scroll through. I do apologize, but thank you so much, iPhone. Literally, you were the very next person we were talking to. Again, I've been scrolling. So I know I'm way behind, guys, on the comments, but I promise you I will get to all your comments. Yeah, I've only ever seen an A-10, the Thunder Warthog fly a couple times when I was go to the Pensacola Naval Air Station for the Blue Angels Air Show every year. Sometimes they bring those bad boys out. Start with VFR, then IFR, then multi-engine. There you go, CJ. It does take time. All I want to do is get my foot in the door, get the private, and work your way up from there. I'm just happy that I have a supportive wife because it ain't cheap otherwise. You know, it would be rough, let's put it that way. And I told the wife, I said, if it got worse, if it got bad enough where we needed, I'd just sell the GTR because the GTR essentially almost paid off. And that would free up tons of money to put towards stuff. And I even thought about even buying a used airplane if I needed to rack up hours. Just buying a used airplane, you know, one of those nice ones like a Piper Warrior, Cessna or something like that with the money I'd bring from this. And, you know, because like, you know, once you make commercial down the road, you're making well under the 6 figures. I can always buy another GTR. I'd hate to sell it, but you get the idea. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices, but I just don't want to right now. We was checked out the Cessna 152 and 172. All right. What's the best product? White paint created glossy shine. Glossy shines. If you like the glossy shines, try some of the ceramic stuff. Try the Mother CMX. If you're looking for a big, like a warm, wet gloss, you need to find something carnauba based. That's the best I've ever seen that's going to make it pop. You know what I mean? Chado Reno, the big Lebowski. Come on, Chad. Sorry, man. Sorry if I missed something there. Any recommendations for coin wash? Okay, so here's what I used to do. When I was living in Clearwater, Florida, I started going to college down there before I moved back to Jacksonville, Florida, and I lived in an apartment. So I had the same problem you did. What I did was I literally brought my buckets and everything, and I would leave work. So I'd get up there around midnight. Okay, there was nobody at the car wash. I was all alone. It was all lit up though, right? I would use their water, and I would use like just whatever, and I would bring my own stuff, pop it out of the thing, and I would fill up my own buckets right there, and I would use my own soaps and everything, and all I would do is just put the minimal quarters or whatever in just to use the water and spray it all down and stuff. It was hilarious. But that was the way I washed it. I washed it late at night when nobody was around, and that was the way I got around it. Also, thank you again for picking up some this week. Glad to help you, Drew. Christopher, have you ever gone and done your first class medical yet? Yes, I have. It's already done, Christopher. I've already passed first class medical. I already have. It's inside the sheet right now. I'm just finalizing the final school I want to go with. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to go with. I did talk to the one guy that took me up the first time, but he flies for Warbird Adventures here in Kissimmee. So they're the ones that have World War II planes. They have a Texan, T6 Texan, as well as a P-40 Warhawk that you can go up in. And he's fully checked out in it. And he's the one who took me up in the first one, the Citabria. But it's like a one seat here, one person here. And I kind of want a regular, like, side-by-side plane. I don't know why, but that's just kind of my thing. I called him and talked to him today. He said he's going to try and see what he can do for me. But if not, I've already found, I'm going to go check out. I'm going to go with, it's called Fly Smart Pilot Training, I think it's what it's called. I don't know. It's right there in Kissimmee on Commerce Boulevard. You guys can look it up, and that's where I'm looking at going. It's called Fly Smart. That's what it is. It's a Columbia guy that owns it. They're booming right now because I guess the airline industry is in desperate need of pilots right now. Same with the military. They're desperate need. So people are really trying to like bust their tail to get into the flight land now. Can you do a review on some of the new Meguiar's wash and wax from Costco? I would love to, but I don't have a Costco card, buddy. Benny's Hodge cartridges with the carnival wax and the most gloss mixture plain. For windows, I distilled water and alcohol 50 fix. Nano Shock versus Hydrocharge. I haven't tried Nano Shock. Hydrocharge, we'll see. Here's my thing, Mark, about that. I will be real with you guys. So I came home yesterday. It was raining really hard. You guys got to see that on my Instagram. If you haven't seen it, go watch my Instagram. The car was not beating. On a Prelude that was just added the Hydrocharge last 4 or 5 days ago, and before I made the video, it wasn't beating anymore. I was like, what the hell? There's no way it's already washed off in one rainstorm. I was like, don't do this to me, chemical guys, because I will rip you a new one if it happens. So last night, it was like 11 o'clock at night. I washed the whole car. I didn't dry it off, didn't do nothing. I washed the entire car off because I was like, I don't know, maybe something got on the car that just like is blocking the beating and sheeting. But it looked like complete shit. I was really pissed about it. I'm like, don't do it. I'll rip you a new one. You think I'm bad with Armor All and Black Magic? I will destroy you on Chemical Guys. And I'm sure it'll go viral. So I washed it, and then I started noticing some beating and stuff again. So I was like, all right, we're going to give it some time. I didn't want to announce it. I didn't want to put it out on blast yet because I'm like, I have to give them a fair and balanced review. So I want to wait about a month or so and see if the Hydrocharge is still on there. But bet your ass, if that stuff fails in me in the next couple of weeks, because it's on the Prelude, and the Prelude's outside in the Florida sun, there will be hell to pay. There would be a hell video on him. Like, if he can't even last a month. You thought I wasn't too happy about the Meguiars. I mean, it's fine. Don't get me wrong. It's fine. But you think that's going to blow up? Yeah, I'll rip them a new one with that one. I will destroy it because I was just like, no. It's even with this being filthy dirty and it gets rain on it, it still beads and sheets like crazy. It's nuts. Well, the Prelude had, literally, it was the first time I saw rain. It hadn't been washed since that video, and it was like, really? There's no beating on it at all? Are you kidding me? So I was like, okay, we're going to wash it and let it sit there and see. So we're going to give it some time before I give it a full thing. Got to go. Thank you so much, iPhone, by the way. I know you have to go, but I appreciate you swinging by for a few minutes. Thank you for that donation, by the way. Was it easier to get swirls out of black paint? Paint color doesn't matter. It's all about you doing the right step-by-steps to get rid of the swirls. That's all it is. Right, proper technique. It doesn't matter what color it is, you'll be fine. Now, some of the older cars have one-stage paint. You got to kind of be a little more finicky with it. Some are harder paint versus softer paint, so it's easier to remove it. But besides that, it's technique, and products. You just use some good products. What's up, Travis? I see you up in here, man. If you ever want to sell a GTR, send Me, the VIN, I'll pick up the same day. I'm in Melbourne Beach. Oh, and I was just flying over Melbourne. I literally was just flying over Melbourne Beach today. If you haven't seen my Instagram, go look at it, Mark, because I was right over your house probably. I was like, hey, Mark, what's going on, Mark? And I was literally, we flew right over. So we flew up the river. Then we did a 180 down there by Sebastian Inlet, and then we came back up on the beach, and then we headed towards the airport to make the final landing. So giving you a heads up, yep, that's where I was at. I was at Melbourne flight training there. It's right at the airport, obviously, so there you go. I put some bead maker on my glass. Unbelievable. Yeah, it's really good. I've tested it out on my wife's minivan. It's been pretty good. Check out Paris Air and Vero Beach if you're willing to go that far. The problem with Christopher, it didn't take me, okay, getting there was not bad. I made it there in 45, 50 minutes I was there. But on the way back, traffic had turned into a nightmare on 192. Getting through Melbourne, because I decided to take 192 back through Melbourne, and that was a bad idea, versus taking the back road up by the very next exit. I forgot what it was called. Anywho, once you get past 95, you know, it's nothing but like country and farmland and stuff. I was doing about 84 miles an hour the entire way across until I got to St. Cloud, which of course you got to get back on the brakes because, you know, St. Cloud cops, they get bored and they'll actually just throw out tickets like candy. So you got to kind of watch out for that. So I slowed down, of course, because it gets down to 40 miles an hour. And it's like, yeah, speed trap land. And but there was no cops out that day. But, you know, so I made it to St. Cloud from 95 in like 22, 23 minutes. Yeah, I was hauling ass. And that was easy, but then once I hit 192, it was just a complete clusterfuck. Kissimmee is awful, awful. The traffic here is holy hell, and they aren't widening into the road, so it's really bad here. Bead maker, you can for sure. You could definitely put it over. Tips on cleaning engine bay. So what I normally do is I cover up any electrical stuff, your fuse box, your alternators, anything that could be bad. Cover them up with some just cheap Walmart plastic bags, okay? Other than that, you really don't have to worry about anything. You can just soak it with some good degreaser mixed down to it, agitate it with some brushes or whatever, and just spray it off with a hose. That's about it. You don't need to go anything crazy other than that. And then, you know, for the parts that you covered up, like maybe the fuse box cover or something, just wipe it off with a detailer, you'll be fine. But that's generally all you have to do. There really is nothing crazy hard about washing an engine at all. I rarely wash the engines on my cars because, honestly, who's going to see them besides me? So I rarely do it, but, you know, I have done it a few times. Yeah, an update while we bad. Jet Seal. Now, Jet Seal lasted me about, now I did it on the GTR. The GTR, of course, is a garage queen. It lasted me just over a year. So, but I find that most sealants here in Florida last me about 10 months. Like a true, I'll give you an example. Where's my Masterson Shield sealant? Jeez, I gotta find it. You know me, guys, I have too much product. So this Masterson Shield sealant here, this lasted me on my wife's car, van. It lasted me a solid 10 months before I really started seeing it start to fail. So in Florida for 10 months, and they suggest it can last up to 12 months, that's pretty good. So that's why I always recommend sealants here in Florida, because it's just gonna last longer. And so that means less work for you over time. Why is it harder to remove swirls when washing in a circle or a straight line? Why is it harder to remove swirls when washing in a circle? I don't know. Washing in a circle, that makes no sense. Dress it. Durability of bead maker on a car parked outside exposed to Florida elements. Yeah, the Jet Seal was fine. It lasted on my wife's minivan. The Mastersons lasted me about 10 months. I put the Stoner Car Care Visible Sealant. That's a really good one for a decent price. We're talking like 19 bucks. Go on Amazon. It's called, so look up, here, let me go over there so you can see it, buddy. So it's Stoner Car Care, the same people that make invisible glass. Look it up, Stoner Car Care Visible Shine Sealant, okay? It'll be about $19 on Amazon. Killer deal, killer product. That lasted me on my white car about 9 to 10 months as well. Killer deal. Highly recommended for 19 bucks. Easy to apply. Yes, it was very easy poo to get it out. I had no issues whatsoever. So anybody who doesn't know what poo's talking about, when I bought the Civic Type R, the paint was swirl free, except for the pillars. For some reason, the pillars were swirled out of control. You can go back on my Instagram pictures and see all this stuff. I documented everything. I used the 3D Car Care's 3D1, which is a hybrid compound polish, as well as I used their spider pads, their spider polishing pads, which kind of have those little cuts in them and stuff to kind of like flex and stuff. And very, very easy. One pass on each one. One, obviously, set of passes, so you know how you go back and forth and stuff. They were completely clear. After that, I ceramic coated those bad boys. So I was like, these are going to be high traffic areas. I don't want them getting swirled out again because, of course, your hands are grabbing the door. So I actually ceramic coated the entire bumper, the roof of the car is ceramic coated, the mirrors are ceramic coated, your pillars are, the back bumper and the wing is all ceramic coated. Two layers of Car Pro C-Quartz UK 3.0, and it beads and sheets like you wouldn't believe. It's absolutely stunning. But with a true ceramic, especially during love bug season, God, these bugs have been so easy to get off. Again, it's on my Instagram. Go watch it on Instagram. The bugs just fall off with the hose. It's great. Just kind of soak them one time, go back and forth, and then they just tend to fall off. It's crazy. Evening, Super David. It has been a little while, buddy. iPhone back. Sorry, I thought I was going to bed, but not yet. Okay, traded in my truck and now have to pearl white triple coat paint. You want to protect that bad boy as soon as possible, iPhone. Honestly, iPhone, I know I've known you now for a long time in these chats. If you can afford to do it while the car is brand new or the truck is brand new, ceramic coat it as soon as possible. It will make your life a lot better. You can do it yourself. It is very easy to ceramic coat. Don't let anybody fool you. All it is about the prep work to make sure your paint is swirl free and stuff. But because it's a brand new vehicle like mine, there wasn't any swirls. Only swirls I actually had, because I went around with my swirl finder light. Only swirls I found were right there in the pillars. And I guess that's because people get in and out, in and out, in and out, and they'd always wipe them down and clean them up. And but other than that, I just made sure it was. I did clay bar the entire car. I did go over the car and wash it. I made sure it was in good shape. I didn't see any swirls with the swirl finder, and then I just ceramic coated it. It is so easy to do. Use ceramic coat. Don't let anybody tell you it's going to be hard. It's a joke to apply it. You apply it in a crosshatch pattern, small sections at a time. You wait about a minute to two. Make sure once it starts getting a little bit sticky kind of feeling with your fingers, that means it's done. Wipe it off with your microfiber towel. That's it. There's nothing more to it. It's just that damn easy. Wife got a new car. Need to clay and seal it. You need as soon as possible for sure. Lost Lions. Any plans on making other content besides just products in the future? I don't know. What kind of content are you talking about? I might make some content of just me if you want. We could settle up later. No, I don't know, man. 199. Thank you so much, iPhone. See, I'm getting everybody, but that's because I spent a few minutes with everybody and I talked to everybody, answered everybody's questions. So that is why I was a little bit behind, guys. I do apologize. It's a new Fusion, the same paint as the Lincoln. Okay. Again, buddy, iPhone, get yourself. Let me actually show you the Car Pro I use. So for anybody who doesn't know, you can get this stuff and it's so easy to apply. It's really easy. Where the heck is the box? What did I do with the box? Okay, I gotta find it. Here it is. Got it. Here we go. This is what I used when I ceramic coated it. If you guys got to see the update video that on my wife's minivan, this is on the front quarter panel, so I can actually compare it to whatever product I'm putting on there, as well as this covers the complete roof of my wife's minivan. 2 layers on the cars, 2 layers on the bumpers and stuff like this as well. It's unbelievable. Very, very easy. This comes with the, what is this, the 50 milliliter bottle? This is the 50 milliliter bottle, which is the bigger one. Standard is 30 milliliter. It cost me $74. $74, and it's gonna last you 3 or 4 years. No brainer there. That's a deal and a half. Oh man, I bought $40 of Chemical Guys thing. We'll see how long that lasts, but you get the what I'm trying to say. And they claim that it can last up to a year. Well, with that stuff, it's going to last you for 3 to 4 years. Better deal all around there. Easier to wash, easier to clean. It doesn't collect dust. That is truly the way to go. It's not hard to find swirls. Just take it out in the sun or buy yourself a sunlight. Let me show you mine. I actually just brought it inside the house, so give me a second, guys. Let me go get it, because my wife was trying something and we were experimenting. So hold on, let me show it to you guys. So, there you go. This is my swirl finder light. You can get these on Amazon for $54. It is from Acc0rd79. Hopefully you guys can see this. Acc0rd79. Bad boy. This is the same thing as scan grips. It's magnetic base. You can flip it around, do all what you want to do with it. And it's $54 shipped with Prime. Love these things. Love it. Okay? This is identical to your Swirl scan grip, which is $109. Get this instead. Basically, really easy to tell. You can it could be a completely pouring rain day with that. It was supposed to replicate what the sun looks like, the brightness of the sun, and you're gonna be like, damn. And you can find anything. Ceramic coat, so far I've been using CarPro and I've had some excellent results. CarPro is one of the first ceramic coat companies out there and very easy to apply, very easy to remove. I can't say anything more. I would highly recommend them. But again, if you want to try some other products, go for it, man. Yeah, honestly, before the white car's paint really started chipping and flaking off, because the paint's so damn old, I only had to get it at angles. When I was waxing the car and stuff, I would just have to get it at different angles down here, maybe over here somewhere. That's how I was able to actually see if I had got every angle of the prelude when I was doing it. You know, a Ford guy. Yes, a full-size coverage with a pearl flake. How is the swirl finder any different than normal? I'm telling you right now, this thing is ridiculous. No LED light that I know of. Well, technically this is an LED light if you want to be really technical. These are LED lights, but I'm telling you, these are stupid bright. I'm telling you, spend the money, get one of those bad boys. You will never look back at anything again. It's a true swirl finder light. It's instantly like, you'll be looking down. Oh, that car paint looks really good. You turn it on, you're like, holy crap. And it's just like, oh my God, the swirls are everywhere. I've never tried an LED light that's like a basic LED standard lights like this. They don't really show it as good. You can find the swirls, but it's not as good. That thing, it's instant, like, holy crap, there they are. There's all the swirls. He's right, the lights is very nice. It's great. It is great. And again, $54 or whatever shipped. Why not? You know, and that's why I recommend to everybody. Buy it, buy it, buy it. If you need a swirl finder light, 54 bucks, you can't go wrong. Type R Track 8. No, I haven't done anything. I'm not the biggest track day car. As a matter of fact, though, I had a lot of fun. So so right near the Kissimmee airport here, the regional airport in Kissimmee, there's a roundabout there. Oh, I had a lot of fun with that roundabout, dude. I took that thing super fast in the roundabout. I had a blast in that car. But no, do I plan on really tracking it? No, I guess I've never been into the race car thing. I like going fast once in a while and have a nice looking car, but I've never been into the whole track thing. What do you used to work on the top of Big Bertha? My wife's van car is a Rogue Sport. You see that cool silver thing back there? That's what it takes me to get on top of the Big Bertha and wash it, honestly. I have a big, yes, I've got a big thing right there. And that's what I used to get on top of Big Bertha because it's just too tall. I can't see the top of the car. I'll either use wash mitt or I have an extended pole, like a thing. Yes, I've got an extended pole. Gay Pride Month, bitches. And whatchamacallit, this is what I use. It's over here. So hopefully you can see it. It's an extendable pole for you boys. And this is what I use. So it's a microfiber mitt kind of thing on a thing. And I just kind of grab it like this, and I just extend it to wherever I want it to. Hey! And this is what I can easily wash the car with. So I rinse it out at the end, and I just lay it against the side of the wall to kind of keep it up out of the ground so it doesn't get any dirt all over or anything. And that's what I generally do. I hustled, used to fly by 30 costing my windshield. Oh my God, is it amazing? Have you heard of it? No, I haven't. The flyby, this stuff? Flyby by Forte? AKA CarPro ceramic quart for your window. You talking about this? I haven't used it yet. It's actually going on the Type R. I just need a weekend to get it done. You have the exact same mitt. Yeah, dude, it works fine I only use it on her van, so I only bring it out because every other roof you can easily get to in the cars, you know. So I just use my regular hand mitt. But when I get to that, that's what I use to get on top of her van. So I just kind of go, burp, 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 and I'm just, it's so much easier. The vans are so damn tall. I mean, there's a reason minivans are massive, and they're so nice because of it. But when you can easily reach here, or I want to come over here and wash the blue car, do you see what I'm trying to get with that? That's why. Wear your extended pole. It's in my pants, buddy. It's in my pants. It's going to cost you a $5 donation to see my extended pole. I love it. Apply 3 times. God, Lord, I just touched the paint on this. Okay, I just rubbed my hand across, just lightly. I just skimmed it across. It has the Guerrillas Garage Best of Show spray wax on here right now. Oh my God, oh my God. I mean, look at the gloss on this thing. Look at the gloss on the GTR and look at the gloss on the motorcycle. It's amazing. It's an amazing spray wax, by the way, guys. If you haven't ever tried it. Do you keep your car stock? No, go back to some of my really older videos from probably a couple years ago. I used to have a 370Z. It had a lot of mods on it. I sold the car as is with everything on it, and I used that as a down payment to buy the GTR. So I sold it and I put down $24,000 cash on the GTR. So I financed with tax, tag, and title. I financed 44.8 with it. That's how much I actually financed through my bank with it. That was back in January of 2017 when I bought it. I only owe $6,000 left, so I pay off my stuff very fast, as you guys can imagine. I don't screw around with debt, and but it was modded. It had wheels, springs, exhaust, test pipes, cold air intakes, all the junk inside the car was changed up, tinted windows, all the just basic bolt-on stuff. That's what I did. This only has an exhaust on it, the GTR, because my original goal was just to pay the damn thing off because I hated car payments. And that's why I barely owe anything left on it after the $44,900 I paid off already, almost. And then, of course, I bought this, so the Type R. So now I'm going to be basically back in debt for a couple more years. But, you know, I needed a four-door car bad. The SUV worlds were boring. I test drove a bunch of SUVs and trucks, and I was like, they're just not me. And then you see how much the SUVs are with leather and everything, and you're in the 40s, and I'm like, but this is $36,000, whatever, $500. I'll take the Civic Type R, please, and that's why I did it. If it gets the video flagged, it's discrimination. This is gay. This is a gay month, guys. If they flag it, they're screwed, because you know YouTube is very, very liberal. Okay, all this social media, Facebook, Instagram, they're all very liberal. So they wouldn't dare do that, because then that causes all kinds of worms. Oh, you don't like gay people then, you know, and you see where we go with that. What's today's ranch snack? I don't have any ranch with me right now. Which year? This is a 2013 GTR. This is a 2019. This is a 2012. My Grom is a 2018. My blue Prelude's a 2001. My white Prelude's a 1991, and the minivan's a 2017. So there's a basic rundown of our cars right now that I have it. I don't like the 370Z, overpriced. Just go get a used one. iPhone, I would highly, they're the same damn car. For 10 years, they're the same car. Just go get yourself a used iPhone, a used 370. Get it for like 13,000 bucks, and you'll be fine. It's the same car, same engine, everything. Been thinking about building my own PC. What is your go-to brand and part for? All I do is go by what I want. For the most part, brands don't matter too much to me. I have Asus brand right now in my stuff. I use Intel chip. I use, I have an MSI graphics card in there, so, you know, as long as, for the most part, they're going to be about the same. It's all going to come down to your processor, how much memory you have. I have 32 gigabytes of, what do I have? G-Skill. I have G-Skill memory in there, 32 gigabytes. I have a 1060 GTX in there, and whatever, the Intel i7 core processor in there. So, giving you guys a heads up. It's kind of showing its age, but you know, whatever. What's up, Lavish? How you doing? Thoughts on the new Jeep pickup or Ford Ranger? The Ford Ranger's, okay. Jeep pickup, the Gladiator, I guess you have to love Jeeps for it, because it's just not me. But hey, you know what? To each their own. I'm sure those Jeep guys wouldn't like the Civic Type R either, so to each their own. I've got no problem with it. Alex Dax, just got my wisdom teeth out. Oh man, I remember having those days. I was late 20s when I had my wisdom teeth taken out. They were starting to hurt, and what the wisdom teeth were doing, instead of growing straight up, they were actually growing forward and pushing on these front teeth, and they were starting to hurt. And so they had to actually cut them all out, so it was pretty crazy. So I couldn't eat like anything more than Jello for like 2 or 3 days. It was crazy. So you're gonna feel, just get yourself crap loads of Jello, seriously. I took like 3 days off of work, and I was fine. I did it on a Friday, and I was back to work on Monday. I remember trying to lift anything at work, and it was like, ooh, I don't know what it is about the pressure when you're lifting something. You just feel the pressure, and I'm like, screw that. So I think I waited about 3 more days before I actually lifted anything heavy at work. And but I still did all my computer work and stuff, which was totally fine. But after that, you'll be fine. How did you decide what car to drive? Well, I guess the flavor of the month. The Preludes were always, I took them through college. I went to college later on in my life. I didn't go right at 18 years old. So I bought the Prelude later on. I bought the white Prelude in 2009 as just a daily beater car for me. So I've had it for 10 years this November. So I would just drive those cars every day. Usually I drove the white car every day to work and to school, unless it was hot, because the AC never worked in the white car. So I was like, but the blue one is usually my daily, so I ran up like 190-something thousand miles on that car. Then of course I bought the 370Z. I would drive that once in a while, and then I would still drive the Prelude.
Then I got the GTR, and I drive that once in a great while. And then, of course, the Civic. The Civic is more turned into my full-on daily. As a matter of fact, I just rolled 2,000 miles on the Civic Type R, and I bought it in January. So that's a lot of miles for me on one car in 1 year. So that, I know for you guys, I understand it's not a lot, but when you have multiple cars, for me to run up 2,000 miles on one car in that much short of time is a lot, because I keep hopping to different vehicles. Again, I hop to the motorcycles, whatever, and so I don't drive every car every single day. But this, I needed a 4-door car. It's so much easier having a 4-door car. That's why. My wife wants me to get an Odyssey Type R. If they ever, Honda were release an Odyssey Type R, she's like, you have to get it, you have to get it. She's like, then we both have minivans. And I'm like, well, shit, if they came out with an Odyssey Type R, you bet your butt I'd get an Odyssey Type R. That would be badass. Have that much room that you can move anything you wanted to and take as many people as you want and still go fast. That'd be blast. I know it wouldn't be super fast, but you put 360, 400 horsepower in a minivan, you can really start moving along. That would be a lot of fun. A stick shift in a minivan, that would be sick. You know, and who's gonna have a minivan Type R? It'll be really rare. That would be a lot of fun. Where did you get the Washmint pole? I think I got it at Walmart. I think. Call dibs, Mark. You must be balling, Mark. That's all I know, man. Well, Mark, if you really want a GTR, you should really look into getting one, man. Don't hold back. Just go pull the trigger. You'll have a lot of fun in them. They're a lot of power. How's your father doing? Doing pretty good from what I know. We're actually taking him to Alaska on the cruise here in a couple weeks. One of the things we told him a long time is whenever the time came when Grandma finally passed away, we take him on a cruise. Because he always wanted to go on a cruise with us, but he couldn't do anything because he always had to take care of Grandma. He was Grandma's caregiver for almost 11 years. He basically took care of Grandma. For the most part, she was fine. She could handle herself. But over the last year or two, she really went downhill quickly, and that's what happened. So he couldn't even leave the house most of the time unless she was with him. And then, you know, she couldn't get out of the car, so it was a pain in the butt. And so he was really stressed out the last 2 years. And we really said, hey, whenever the time comes, we don't care where it is, our next cruise, you're going with us. And we just happen to be going to Alaska here in a couple of weeks to go on the Alaska cruise. And so we're like, look, we're paying for it. So we've already paid for his cruise. We've already paid for his flight down to Florida. He will have to pay his own way to get to Seattle from here, but you know, that's not the end of the world. He'll have to pay for that flight ticket. But we've already paid for his flight round trip from Illinois to down here. And we paid for his whole cruise. We paid cash for it. I just was like, you know what? Do it. Make it happen. Why you ignore my questions? What are you talking about? The wash pole. I already said it. CJ, if you can't hear me, let me know, man, because I've told you it's at Walmart. Got my Civic Type R today. Hot Wheels. Found it. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I bought like 6 or 7 of them up there in Illinois when I went to the Type R meet. I sold a bunch of them to the local guys for like $3 or $4 each because I was like, if you want one, just throw me some money, and they just threw money at me, so it was a good time. What do you think about the Acc0rd A-Spec line? I love the colors, but there's no performance upgrades to them. I do love the colors. That blue, very pretty. But yeah, for there. What do you think of 2020 Toyota Camry TRD? Yeah, that's all right, but again, I want to see performance updates. As a matter of fact, even though the Toyota Camry has more power, the Honda Accord is faster than a straight-up head-on drag race. The Accord beats it every time. I think it needs performance upgrades now. Like true, like exhaust, give me a better flowing air intake. Tweak something in the engine. Get it to like 330, 340 horsepower in a TRD. I think that would be cool for the young dads that still want to have some fun and stuff like that. I mean, the fact that our Toyota minivan has a V6 in it, the same as in the Tundra and stuff, and it's like 296 horsepower in a minivan, let me tell you, that thing, even though it's a big girl, that thing will go if you floor it. It's crazy how fast it is. So, it just, to me, I'm like, okay, just, it needs to have more power. Have you tried Sonak's polymer net shield? I have not. Now again, Detail Ground, the local big detailing shop here in Orlando, they're the ones who contacted me. Maybe they can let me have one of them to try and give them a proper like shout out. So we'll see what happens. I haven't heard from Detail Ground here in a little while, so we'll see if they want to make the deal. Because all I did is ask them. I said, look, I'm going to say out whatever I want, and they agreed to that. I said, then hook me up with a banner. You know, banners like these, you know, they cost like $40 to make, $50. I'm thinking, I'll give you a crap load of publicity. For your thing, just give me $40, $50 essentially, and a banner, because I like my banners, as you know, and then I'll hang it up in here and kind of rep your company. But I haven't heard from them yet. RCF track. I have never been a big fan of Lexus. Never. Sorry. North Star Detail heavy. Cousin has one. My 911 is far superior machine. Okay. Night all, CJ. Thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate that, man. I missed to answer earlier. What do you think about driving the Corvette? It just drives like any other car. It's a lot more cramped inside the Civic than like a GTR. It's a lot smaller cockpit-wise, but it drives just fine. No issues whatsoever. It just drives like any other car out there until you actually get on it. The same with the the GTR. You drive it like a regular Nissan, it's okay. If you want to floor it though, that's when it actually comes alive. So how long do Meguiar's 3-in-1 last? It's on my friend's Z. As far as I know, it's still holding up pretty good. I expect typical like waxes here in Florida to last about 3 months, maybe 4 months before you do it. Synthetic waxes, closer to 5 to 6 months here in Florida. Sealants, about 10 to 11 months here in Florida. And unless you want to go ceramic coating, you're not going to get beyond there. If you're up north and you're not going to have near the hot weather to kind of like beat down on the car, then you probably get full year. But here in Florida, you won't. If you were a young 20-year-old right now, what would you get in mid-20s? Honestly, I would probably get maybe a Civic Si. Civic Si, maybe like a little Ford Fiesta ST or whatever. I wouldn't go beyond that because, again, you're giving me price limits here, and I would stay somewhere in that ballpark range. Both of them are good cars. Both of them would be fun cars and practical cars without sacrificing too much room. And like the Fiesta ST, that'd be a blast. A little tiny hot hatch with like, 200 horsepower or something like that. A great little tiny car to goof off in. That wouldn't break the bank. I think they only sell for like $18,000, $19,000, so they're not that expensive. But it'd be a fun little hot hatch. RX-8. Not the biggest fan of them. I like the RX-7 FDs from back in the 90s, as everybody does. But they're finicky cars, obviously, with the rotor engine. Up north, we have salt eats waxes. Yeah, we don't have that here in Florida unless you go by the beach or something like that. We don't get the salt, obviously, because they don't salt roads. We don't have snow. But I take that back. In my years of being in Florida, when I was in North Florida, I've seen it snow a very few times. So it has snowed in Florida, but not like you guys get up north where you're going to get lots and lots of snow. So they're always having to salt the roads and stuff like that. You have jungle fever. That is very nice. That is very nice. It's good to hear. Good to hear. I don't know why I would say that, but okay, good to hear. Because my wife is half Filipino, half white, so definitely don't have jungle fever. But thanks very much for the comment. I really appreciate that, man. Thumbs up to you. What else was I going to say? I don't know. Now I'm running out of stuff to say because everybody's like, stop talking. Everybody got quiet on me. Tune in GTR. Godzilla can put out... Oh, yeah, Mark. It doesn't take much at all to boost this bad boy. I thought about putting some stuff on it, but then what I did is I said, why? It's already fast as I need it to be. 99% of the cars on the road, you're going to smoke them all day long. Do I really need more when I'm not tracking the car? No, because my original game plan was to start saving up money for a second house, a down payment on a second house, because I figured all the money that I was putting, so every month I pay $2,000 a month in car payments. Now, I don't owe $2,000 a month. I only owe somewhere around like $1,400 a month in car payments. Actually, I'm sorry, less than that. I only owe $1,300 and change a month in car payments, but because I have the money, I've always paid $2,000 a month. And so what I did is I paid $2,000 combined. So I pay $1,300 a month on this when it's a $700 payment, and I pay $650 a month on this bad boy when it's only a $612 a month payment. So that's originally that was $2,000 a month just on there is how I paid it off so fast. But originally I was just going to pay off this bad boy next and then just start saving up for another home out west, like in the mountains. But now that I'm going to start attending flight school here soon, I'm going to be having to divert a lot of money going the other way because it is essentially like buying another used GTR. They said out the door you're looking between 65 and 75 grand with all your certifications and all your flight time. And I'm like, oh my God. And then you have to start racking up your hours for anybody who doesn't know. By the time you finish flight school with your, let's say commercial, you have maybe like 300, 350 flight hours, they said. Well, in order to apply for most commercial, even like regional airlines, you have to have like a minimum right around 1,500 flight hours. Well, it costs a shitload of money to rent it. So what they always suggest is either buy your own plane, or two, you have to become a certified flight instructor yourself, which means you're going to get paid because the new student has to pay you essentially for their time, as well as you have to they have to actually pay for the rental of the plane because they're essentially renting it plus paying you for their time, and that's why it's so expensive to go to school. It's not really the books or the testing thing, it's damn well renting the plane. So a lot of people either say you either buy your own plane, one, or two, to rack up your hours, or to become a certified flight instructor. And they said it actually is really beneficial to you to actually become a flight instructor, because airlines love to see that you're willing to train and learn, because you're willing to train other people. So I don't know. So they say it's actually good to go ahead and get your license for that. Do you pan set or whatever? I don't know, man. My wife doesn't ever cook shit. Okay, for anybody who doesn't know, my wife's a doctor, and she doesn't cook. Okay, we go out to eat on the weekends every single weekend. During the weekdays, I'm at work at night. Well, she's coming home from work, so I don't really see her that much. And so yeah, we don't cook or anything. So she doesn't cook at all. She just brings home the bacon. That's all she does. And I'm not going to beat around the bush. She makes a shitload of money, way more than me. But that's because she busted her ass all those years. So I've got no hate against it. Some guys are like, how can you let a woman make more than you? I'm like, who gives a crap? Whoop-de-doo, you know. You're gonna benefit from it, you know. So who cares? You know, I don't know. I'd rather have her doing that than working at McDonald's for minimum wage. I mean, wouldn't you? So, but I've had a lot of guys ask me, how can you let a woman make more than you? I'm like, who cares if they make more than you? Whoop-de-doo. So I don't know. No, as a matter of fact, my wife's minivan is $419 a month, and we always pay $550 a month on the minivan, which is what's paying it off so much faster. We always pay way extra on stuff. You guys know this by now, and that's how I keep ourselves out of debt, because we have a lot more money that way freed up. Like her student loan we paid off in a few months here. That's why she told me to go ahead and start flight school now and get my feet wet and start paying the bill, start getting that now, so you're one step closer to getting a job and getting paid. Favorite type of food? Italian all day long, but I love barbecue. I'm a Southern kid through and through. I was born and raised in Florida my whole life. I love barbecue a lot, there's no doubt. But Italian is still my #1 favorite. I give you a soccer dad. Yes, you can, Mr. Mark. Yes, you can. You can do all that stuff, buddy, for sure. What kind of doctor? She is family practice. In your opinion, how's the power between the Type R and 370Z? The 370Z feels a lot more fierce and violent because it's not turbocharged. It also had more horsepower at 330, where this is 306 horsepower and it's turbocharged. So you gotta kind of let the turbo spool up. Once the turbo gets a little bit of spool, the Civic moves along pretty damn quick. It's just not as like a instant, like a torquey as like the V6 in the actual 370Z was. Hey bro, have you always given great reviews and favorite wax and spray wax? So glad to have you here, Miller. I'm glad to have you here in case we've never talked before. Spray waxes that I've tried recently that I like, Grillo's Garage Best of Show spray wax. Love it a lot. I still like Meguiar's Ultimate stuff. One of the newer companies that sent me their stuff is called the Wax Shop. Very high carnauba wax in this, shine that blinds. Really, really good. I tried it on the GTR and it was stellar. Might want to check out this as well. What else do I have? I have the Wax Shop, another small company over there, really good. What else have I tried? Limitless Car Care is a newer, smaller company that's really good. I've noticed the smaller companies usually work a lot harder at making better quality products. But stuff you can get over the counter, try that Grillo's Garage Best of Show. It's stellar. It's absolutely stellar. No, she doesn't make quite $300,000 a year. Not here in Florida. She wouldn't make that. She'd have to go somewhere else to make that kind of money. But then again, taxes, you get all the taxes, so it's not worth it. Thoughts on a good hose foam cannon? Just go get the Walmart ones. Truly, just get the Walmart one that you just attach to the hose. It's the same deal. It's like $19.99. I tested it out. You go watch the video. It's really good. That's all you need. I know you're a Jap car fan, but have you ever driven a VW? I've driven a VW before, but I just, it was okay. It wasn't anything thrilling to me. It was like driving a Chevrolet. How's that sound? Or a Ford. They weren't that thrilling to me. It was like, it's a car. It gets you from A to B. It's a car. And that's the way I kind of thought about when I was driving it. It was like, it's nice, but it wasn't like, whoa, you know, there wasn't anything blowing me away about driving a VW. If you have Netflix, there's a Sleeper versus Supercars Fastest Car Show, turbocharged in Aussie. Yeah, I've seen it before. It's purple. He's been on like Donut Media, whatever. They have a big YouTube channel with like a couple million people now. That's pretty cool. I've seen that before. It's I'm telling you, my wife told me, she's like, if they ever come out with an Odyssey Type R, she's like, you're definitely going to get that van. So that was pretty funny. She's like, we're going to be the van family. And I'm like, yeah. Oh, yeah. But, you know, if you get a Type R van, that'd be hilarious. Can you imagine that, a Type R minivan? It'd be sick. It'd be sick, and I'd love it. But will Honda ever do it? I highly doubt it. Let's be real. They're now just announced they're bringing out an NSX Type R. Nobody buys the NSX now. I have never seen one on the road. I live in Orlando area. I live in Kissimmee. I'm working in Orlando every day. I have never seen an NSX. It's not like I live in a small podunk town. I mean, I work in the whole greater Orlando area is over 2 million people. So it's like in the greater Orlando area, I've never seen one NSX around ever. Just nobody buys them. They said nobody wants them. Dealerships are offering $20,000 off sticker now just to get them off their lot. They don't want them, so they won't order them unless you're prepaying anymore because they're just sitting there. Nobody wants to spend that much for those cars. And now they're going to have a Type R, which is supposed to be like $210,000 or something. I'm like, go buy a Lambo or something. I'm sorry, when I'm spending that kind of money, I want that exotic feel to it. I want to see that Lambo or that Ferrari. That's just me. I don't give a damn anymore when I'm spending $200,000 plus on a car. Got the Walmart ones and some gold class ones. Awesome. Can you please try Purple Rain Fallout Remover? I don't know where to get that at, Freedom. I don't know where to get that. I guess you'd have to order it on Amazon. 40,000. Damn, Mark. But you see what I'm saying? Like GTRs, I'll actually see a GTR randomly. I saw one at the Kissimmee Airport, a white and black edition one. He's in the Central Florida GTR Club. I waved at him. He waved back at me. But I will see a GTR randomly out there in the wild. Not every day by any means. You might see one once every couple of months. You'll see a GTR out in the street. But an NSX in all the years I've been here, I have never seen a new NSX. I've seen older NSXs, but I've never seen a new one here. Nobody wants them. Again, why wouldn't you just buy a GTR? Oh, well, the NSX is 0.3 seconds faster, 0.02 seconds faster. So I'm going to pay another 60 or 70 grand for 0.2 seconds faster? Hell no. No. So that's just my 2 cents on it. So is the Type R going to sell? No. Would a Type R Honda Fit sell with, like, let's say 220 horsepower? You bet your ass. I bet people would be buying it left and right. Mark that bad boy at 25 grand for a Honda Fit Type R, a little small hatch, 220 horsepower, 225 horsepower, let's say, and you pay, whatever, 25 grand for it, it would sell like hotcakes. They'd be flying off the lots. Nobody would even buy a Civic Si anymore. All it would be buying is the Honda Fit. But then again, every Honda dealer would be like, that's a $10,000 markup, sir. Like they try and do on the Civic Type R. It's like, no. Do you think the NSX will rare in the future? The problem with that is you have to want. There has to be a desire for it. Let me give you an example. The 3000 GTs, Mitsubishis, are great cars. They were great cars. However, they're not as in demand. Think Toyota Supra Turbo. Think a Nissan GTR from R32 from the 90s. People are clamoring over these cars. The resale value is skyrocketing because people wanted those cars. Now the younger generation that's gotten older now can afford them. But with NSXs, I don't know. I just don't see it as that. Yeah, typical iPhone. Yep, old NSX is pure sex. Oh god, the old NSXs are gorgeous. When I see them, they'll make my neck pop. I know they're not fast cars, but damn, I would definitely take an NSX in my garage. There's no doubt. Old school NSX, their lines are gorgeous when you see them. They're beautiful. You're right though. The new NSX should have been a regular straight 6 or whatever V6 twin turbo. Been done with it. No hybrid. No trash, no stupid futuristic design. Leave that wedge shape, call it a day. Sell it for 100 grand. Make sure it does 0 to 60 at 3 seconds or whatever, like the GTR. It would have sold like hotcakes. But they made some ridiculous, stupid design. Nobody wants it. I honestly think, what is the new car that's like that? Everybody's like saying it's going to be the Supra. The new Supra. It's basically a BMW, as everybody knows. I think the BMW, other than the absolute diehards that have to have the newest cars, I'd rather spend my money and buy a 90s Mark IV Super Turbo versus ever buying a Mark V Turbo or Supra. Any day of the week, I would take the Mark IV. I would buy a great quality, high condition Mark IV Super Turbo with stick shift versus ever spending 55 grand on a brand new Supra. I'm sorry. The value is going up on the Mark IVs. The new Supra is going to go as soon as they roll out the door. Dealer, because of course they're new cars. So yeah. Have you ever tried P&S Pearl car shampoo? No, I haven't. Moto. That's actually one of the brands that company locally called Detail Ground sells. I definitely want to check them out. So I will probably be buying some more of their stuff soon. Not the new Gem McLaren, okay? You know a lot about cars. Have you ever had a cargasm? No. You have some cars that make you smile, but nothing that's like crazy. You know what I mean? Get a demon. Demons are going up in value too. Like they're skyrocketing because people all want the demons. You know what I mean? It's just high demand for it, low production number. That's all. That's all the recipe you need to make a lot of money. So a lot of collectors were snagging them all up, just hoarding them to keep them for 5 years, then turn around and sell them for like 200 grand. That's what they're doing. That's all they're doing with those cars. They're just hoarding them, parking them in garages, and never drive them again for another 4 or 5 years. Sell them for like 200 grand because they're so damn limited. Yo, watch the Hoovie's garage. Dear God, oh man, transmission's already going bad. It's nuts. First, you intersects, I'll come to Florida, help you. Yeah, dude, I would love to get one of those. Again, stay and subscribe to my channel. If I was to, let's say 6-7 years from now, I make it up to, I don't know, some like first officer in an airline company, let's say Southwest or whatever, and I'm making 100 and something thousand a year, which is about what it takes to get to you. So in order to make that kind of money, you have to make it all the way to first officer minimum in a regular jet, commercially, to make over 6 figures. But let's say 7-8 years from now, I'm there and I'm still on YouTube. You bet your ass, you better be ready, because Daddy's going to be buying some cars. Daddy will be buying a lot of damn cars. And I told my wife, I said, you better get ready. I said, because what I'll do is we'll keep this Florida house more than likely, where we'll move wherever the airline makes you go to. But we'll probably keep this because the house is going to be, just a couple more years, it's going to be getting down to be close to be paid off, within 100 grand. So keep this house. And then I would pay the new house, but I'd put it on a couple acres and have a built garage in the back where I could park a ton of cars in there and have a great time with it. So you better make sure you're staying subscribed to this channel, because I have a feeling things are going to change here in the next 5 to 6, 7 years. If I can start flying even just regional in the next 3 years, they don't get paid jack shit, but you're starting to work your way up the ladder. You know what I mean? You have to get that experience. Even if you're making 50 grand a year, whoop-de-doo, it doesn't matter, because you're going to take that 50 grand, and in 3 or 4 years from now, you're going to get to a jet that's going to be paying 100 and something thousand a year. So it's like, who cares? You got to start somewhere in life. Then we'll be buying cars like you don't even know, son. It'll be crazy. Honda Fit has always looked ugly to me. I will shake my head. I don't know. I think they'll make it look really good. Are you not a big fan? Not the biggest fan. Lost. Not the biggest fan. I've never liked the quality of American cars. They always fell apart. Cadillac CTS-V, short rocking value. Okay. Hopefully Honda doesn't do the Type R name. True, you're very true about that. Been subdued in like 3 or 4 years. Not any place. Yeah, no, for sure. iPhone, I always remember you, man. I've known you guys for a long time. You guys know that. I try and remember my faithful subscribers all the time. I always talk to everybody, even if you're the newest guy in my channel. I appreciate it. But yeah, who knows what happens. The local company down here told me, he's like, if I just bust my tail and just do 2 to 3 days a week at the airport, through ground school, paperwork, and you're learning, going up there, flying 2 to 3 days a week. He said, I can have you probably graduated in a full 1.5 years with your commercial. That's every license I would need. He said, then you're gonna have to either start being a certified instructor or whatever. And that's when you can start racking up the hours. So then you're looking at another 1 or 2 years from there. So it could be 3 years from now, minimum, before you could be a regional. And that's flying, the turboprops here, there, whatever, and that's paying, like whatever. So again, I'm ready to leave my company. I've been there since I was a 17-year-old kid, so I'm ready to get out of that company. It's definitely changed, not for the better. 22 years, and as a 17-year-old, it's not the company I want to be at for another 20-something years, So I'm ready to leave. I'll get some kind of pension off it, which is fine. I'll have some kind of pension. But, this way I'd rather do what I always wanted to do my whole life and get paid for it versus keep, trudging through life, hating to go into work every day. And that's where me and a lot of the old school guys are at my company now. They're old. Nobody wants to be there anymore. They hate the way the company started going downhill about 5-10 years ago. And it's just not recovering. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And, who wants to be there? So none of the old guys want to be there. Are you a gamer? I used to play heavy games back in the day. But I don't get to play as much as anymore because I always have my son. And quality games have really gone down. You should see what airlines work with what school. No, schooling doesn't matter. Imagine getting a driver's license or like a CDL to drive a semi-truck. They don't care as long as you have your license. That's all that matters. Show me that you have your license. Show me that you qualify for the amount of hours. Show me all your certifications you have, and put your application in. That's all there is to it. There's no difference than driving a semi-truck. Show me what you did you work before, where did you work, etc. And then boom. That's it. And then if they hire you, they'll train you on their vehicle or their plane, obviously, and how they do stuff, and then off you go, have fun. Obviously, as a pilot, you start as a first officer, so you're second in command. You're not the captain of the plane, so you have to build up your time, and then you go up to captain's seat, and you switch sides, now you're in charge, you're fully charged of the thing. That's when, of course, you get a bump in pay. And then after a few years, then you can go up to full-on jets, and that's when you're starting to see the first officer now with the jet. Now you're making some serious cash. So that's generally the way it works. Seen your IG post with the plane. Yeah, for sure, man. No, man, for sure, dude. David, glad you got to see it, man. I had a lot of fun today over there in Melbourne. It was a lot of fun. I'm going to try and start in the next week or two is what I'm looking to start at. You got to start, do the ground school first. You got to learn about all the clearances, how to talk to the air traffic controller. You have to learn what to do and what not to do, how to do your check over your plane, the whole 9 yards. You got to do all that stuff. So it's going to take some time, but you got to start somewhere. Otherwise, you'll never get anywhere. That's the thing with life. You can always dream about something your whole life. Oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. But if you don't take a leap of faith and start trying, you're never going to get there. You know what I mean? You have to at least take that first step. Am I nervous sometimes when I get up there? Yes. Sometimes the turbulence gets to me. I don't get motion sickness up there like some people. They told me get really motion sickness when they're looking around, the plane's moving. They get super motion sickness. That doesn't bother me. It's like riding a motorcycle and I'm just looking around while I'm riding. That's no big deal. It's the unexpected turbulence. You still like, no, just drop, or just push you one way or another. That kind of freaks me out a little bit, and I have to get used to that. They said it's totally normal, especially here in Florida with being so hot. The thermals, the heat coming off the concrete and everything. And it's like hitting the thermals, and you're out of here, boom, and you just get knocked up or you get knocked down, and that buffets you around. They said in the morning or in the evening it's not bad at all, but during the day, of course, the heat of the day here in the summer of Florida, they say it gets really bad sometimes. And it's just something they said you get used to. And over time, they said it's just no big deal anymore. But the small planes get really bounced around a lot. And the first flight I went on was 2 weeks ago, until we got to about 4,000 feet, good Lord, it was bouncing all over the place. And you're in this little tiny prop plane. Once you hit 4,000, you were above the clouds. It was as smooth as ice. It was cool air up there. It was literally cool. It was only like 70 degrees. It felt great. We didn't feel any bumps at all. I didn't feel a bump until we went through some clouds, and I didn't feel a bump until we were coming in for a final approach. Like once we started getting close to the ground and getting over houses, buildings, and stuff like that again, where it was starting to be really hot. But that's the only thing. It kind of shakes you a little bit because you're like, oh, you hit that kind of stuff. I didn't show any fear or anything. I just kept my mouth shut, but it's like that's what you feel. You're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. You're in this little plane, and suddenly I'm dropping like 50 feet or 20 feet, and you're like, oh my god. It's different when you see the roller coaster and the drop's coming. But when you have no idea it's coming, that's what gets to me. Not the motion sickness, not scared of being up there in the air, none of that stuff. It's just getting over that the shock feeling. It's like, that kind of thing. You're like, oh shit, I didn't expect that to happen. They said, don't worry, it's typical, 100% normal. You'll get used to it with time. You just have to keep going up there, and you're just finally like, no big deal. I think watching you play some racing games would be fun. The last racing game I truly played for a lot was Gran Turismo on the PlayStation 1. I played a little bit of Forza when the Xbox One first came out, but I don't really get into that. I'm more into first-person shooter games or World of Warcraft when that was big. As a matter of fact, World of Warcraft Classic is coming out here in August. They're bringing back World of Warcraft, the original classic version of it, But with me starting school is going to be absolutely number one on my thing. I will still keep making videos for you because it's not like videos are hard to make. But schooling, watching videos. There's online tutorials you have to do. You have to pass the FAA flight test in order to get your license. Then you have to, you see what I'm saying? It's a lot of studying. So it's like going to college again, all over again. So, and it's very serious. They're not going to fuck around with you. You mess up one or two things, they're going to say, oh, sorry, you failed. You got to do it again. You have to pay every time you take the tests. It's not cheap. So I think for the FAA certification test is a couple $100. So you fail it, you're out a couple $100. So it's like you want to pass it the very first time. So then you can just concentrate on other stuff. Some schools partner with airlines. I'd like that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Again, as long as I'm doing the job that I have always dreamed to do, it's totally fine. I'm more worried about my son, who would take care of my son, because I watch him during the day now. So he starts 3-year-old kindergarten this fall, so we'll see. 10 to 15 years, computers are driving the trucks. I don't think in 10 to 15 years, computers are going to be driving any trucks. And with in the delivery field that I'm in now, obviously somebody has to go out there and deliver the box. So I don't think so. And trust me, the company I work for is a complete screw up half the time. They don't. What happened is about in the year 2000, they went public on the stock market, and then things just started going downhill. It all became numbers, numbers, numbers. Cut. Lay off all these people. Not lay them off, just cut them off. We don't need that many people. Everybody ramp up the workload on everybody because we're going to cut people and we're going to make more millions and billions of dollars in profit. And that's all it's turned into. And ever since then, it slowly went down. When the recession hit in the late 2000s, it really went downhill quickly. They wouldn't let you get any hours at all. They were letting people go, hey, man, you want to take the night off? Go ahead, take the night off. We really don't need you. And, it's just went downhill so fast now. And then they get to the point where they won't even fire anybody because they can't get anybody to come to work anyway. So if you don't want to work 2-3 days a week, just don't come to work. But that puts so much more pressure on the people like me who do show up every single day to work, because now I'm stuck with doing your job plus my job, and I don't want to be there all night long. And that's essentially what happens. It starts to stress you out, and I'm like, screw this, man. This ain't worth it anymore. Would be cool to be a regional pilot, fly around Jersey all day long. Well, that shouldn't take you too long. Jersey's not a big state. Always enjoy your live stream updates. Rick, thanks so much, man. I try and keep up with what's going on. I'm not an Instagram model. I'm not trying anybody cool. I just try and let everybody know what's going on and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You want to be an airline attendant? Okay. Okay, well, as long as you have fun. I know 2 girls that are airline attendants, and they're both pretty girls. So I think that's like a requirement. To be an airline attendant, you have to be like a cutesy girl, like a little pretty girl. Or were back, 20 years ago when you were young. Now that you're a 50-something-year-old woman, maybe you're not that good looking anymore, but you get the idea how that works out. I'm around planes and pilots all day. Aircraft electrician, I have respect for any pilots go through the reach top left. It takes a long time, Super Dave. There's no doubt. You got to start from the bottom, just like my wife had to. As a resident doctor, her first year out of med school as a resident was only $40,000 a year. They paid her $40,000 as a doctor. Yeah, it's a first-year resident doctor, but that's all they paid, $40,000. And she had to be those 24-hour shifts. She had to sleep in the sleep rooms. It was like once every other week she had to stay a 24-hour shift, or it was once every other thing. She had to be on call like every week, like 1 or 2 days she'd be on call. I mean, it was a bitch. And then her second year, they only give her a $5,000 raise, and the third year, they give her another $5,000 raise. So after 3 years, she had only made, like 130, 140 grand over 3 years of work. That's why they love the residencies, because they're training you to be a doctor. So you're like, hey, you hired me as a resident doctor, but they don't pay you jack shit because you are a resident doctor. They don't have to pay you the high top pay. As soon as she came down here, she skyrocketed in because of course she was a full doctor then, and obviously so she should have skyrocketed. But you guys understand how that works. You just got to pay your dues. You got to start from the bottom and work your way up. And to me, if you're having fun doing your job, then it's not a job anymore. Oh, reconnecting. Sorry about that. Reconnecting. I had to reconnect. I don't know what happened. So hopefully everybody's still here. You get used to the bumps pretty quickly. Yeah, in a big airliner, I don't really notice the bumps too much in the big giant airliners. I don't know, maybe the small planes get just buffeted around a lot more because they're tiny and there's not much weight to them, and that's totally fine. Again, Christopher, like you said, I probably just have to get used to it. And the more I go up in those small planes, the more I will get used to them. But I've only been up in small planes 3 times in my life and only 2 times recently. And so I just got to get used to the bumping and stuff like that. Other than that, it should be fine. A lot of the bumps I was fine, but when you get some of those big jet gusts and you're like, holy crap, and you drop like 50 feet instantly, or the plane wants to go sideways on you because like a shear comes across, it's nuts. Do not expect that to happen. It happened today when we were over in the Banana River on the way out. It was just sitting there and suddenly it just went poof, it just pushed. We went straight sideways. I'm like, holy shit. And then he instantly, he was like, his hands were like this around the controls, kind of like sitting there like this, just in case that I needed anything. And he was like, all right, you got to keep it around this level. When that hit, he instantly grabbed on and kind of, forced us back into it. He said, it's just really windy and gusty today. He said, it's just something you get used to up here. I'm like, no problem, but that did freak you out a little bit. Would you ride in a jet just to feel the G-forces? I don't know. I mean, I always wanted to be a fighter pilot, but obviously with my eyes, I never was able to. I don't know. For your flight school, I'd recommend buying meteorology textbooks to learn about some air currents and thermals. That's all part of training, I think. I'm pretty sure, like in the books, they teach you all about that stuff, how to fight it. As a matter of fact, when we came in today, there was a steady breeze coming straight across the one-way, across, I forgot what the proper word is, across whatever runway ring. So he actually came in sideways in that bad boy. He had to put his wheel down. They're kind of like blocking. He came in sideways, landed on one wheel. Then he dropped it down on the other wheel and came in. So he said, and that's called a cross whatever landing. And I'm like, okay. I mean, it wasn't like a drastic, like, holy shit, we're sideways. It was just a nice little lean on it where you put one wheel down and then he cut more power. And then, of course, the plane's naturally going to go down once there's no power. He cuts down the power. It's not having enough oomph to get itself going up in the wind. So, of course, it's going to drop out of the sky. So once you get one wheel down, then it just slowly went pink and it dropped down on the wheel. So that's just basically what he had to do. Yes, Dalton, I see all your links, buddy. I see all your links. But I'm not a woman. That's okay. That's okay. You can be a sexy gay man. There's nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, I've been on a couple of flights, obviously, in the last couple of years, and it seems like gay men are really now the big thing now is to get in and become an aircraft steward is to be a gay male. So you can do that. That's all you, buddy. How much longer are you planning on streaming tonight? I don't know. Maybe another 30, 45 minutes. I didn't realize it had already been 2 hours. We spend so much time together. That's what's going on. I'm going to start, Cody. I've been narrowing down schools that I want to go to. I've talked to 3 schools now that are, so you have actually 4 schools in Kissimmee. One is kind of like, it's the Warbird Adventures here in Kissimmee. They actually, they'll take you up in World War II P-40 Warhawk. They have a T-6 Texan they'll take you up in. But they have a little trainer, and they will train as well. Now, I went up with that guy the first time. He was a young British guy. He's probably about 30 years old. He is a blast. He is so chill. He let me do almost everything. He taught me as much as he could, and I like that about him. The guy today was an older gentleman. Nothing wrong with it. He's like 55, and but he's a little bit more like, you know, sturdy and like strict about stuff. And not in a bad way by anything, but you could tell the difference in a young person teaching you versus an older person teaching you. It's just the way it goes. So yeah, that's basically what it's come down to. Crosswind landing. Thank you, Christopher. My mind was not thinking tonight. Yes, you always start, Clayton, you start as a private, and then you'll go to instrument, and then you have to go to commercial. I don't know. It's a bunch of junk. There's multiple levels. And then you have to get all the, you know, the hours in. So then they say to go ahead and get your certified instructor. So that way you can instruct people. You get 15, 20, 30 bucks an hour. It's something between $20 and $30 an hour is what they pay an instructor, what you get your cut out of it. And you get all these hours. So anytime you're in the command of the plane and you have it, all those hours get split. So like, let's say we go up for an hour and a half. Well, you get an hour and a half credit. I get an hour and a half credit as the trainer. So I don't now have to rent the plane anymore, and I'm getting paid. So you're renting the plane as the new trainee, plus you're also having to pay me a fee to go up there with you and be your training a student teacher. So it kind of works out both ways. It doesn't pay a lot of money, but hey, it's some money versus none, and you don't have to rent the plane anymore. So it's a great way to learn and practice while you're up there. So a lot of people do that. They'll do that for like 2 years or whatever, rack up all the hours, and then they start applying for these jobs at regionals. Why are you sarcastic about gay people? It's June. Are you hating on gay people? Cody, don't be a gay hater. Don't do it, Cody. You can do it, iPhone. It doesn't matter. You can bring it back, buddy. See, there you go, iPhone. There you go. You can be the man. Thank you, by the way, for another $1.99. Totally not a problem with it. And you hate the case. What? That's funny. That's such a, oh God, my mind's dead today. But that's so funny, iPhone. I think that's really great. As a matter of fact, we were at Disney today, and you know, it's like, I think June 1st is the unofficial gay day at Disney, whatever they call it. And like they had in the windows, they had like a gay Mickey Mouse was a rainbow. The Mickey Mouse was a rainbow in there. Had all the ears on it were rainbow ears. There was a lot of people around there walking around like that today. But nobody like said anything to you or did anything. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like they're going up to you and being like, you gay? Like, nobody does that. So, I mean, you see their Mickey ears and stuff, and you're like, okay, they're clearly gay because they got rainbows or a rainbow on their shirt, but nobody comes up to you and asks you that kind of stuff. It's like, oh, okay. Just got my PPL for your ground school. I highly recommend King School's private pilot ground school course is the best school. But I don't know where that is, Clayton. Remember, I'm in Kissimmee, Florida, so there is a bunch of options around the Orlando area, but Kissimmee Airport is like right over there by downtown. So from where I live, just go that way. So Disney's that way. The airport in downtown is right over here. So it's only like, let's just say with low traffic, it's about 15 minutes from my house. High traffic, 20, 25 minutes from my house. Where getting to Disney anymore nowadays is like 35 minutes. Traffic is a nightmare. When I first moved here, you could get to Disney in 20 minutes. Not anymore. Not anymore. Be my captain. I'll be your attendant. As long as you get me my drinks, you can come on board anytime. That's all I want. Just keep the drinks and snacks refilled. Be like, slide me some under the door. I'll be like, just lean back. Oh, gotta get my snacks. You know, that kind of thing. But you know, as long as you're having fun, man. But a lot of people, like I said, 2 of the girls that I went to a school, they became flight attendants. One for Delta and one for American. And I heard it's really like they're really serious. Like they take their job seriously, especially training. You screw up, you'll get failed immediately. You have to be on point. You have to be able to deal with the stresses, the pressures. You know, I get these drama queens that get on there and just start, you know, oh my God, you're not letting me do this, and then you're having to calm them down as an attendant, but ma'am, sir, that kind of stuff. You have to go through all that training. It's crazy. So you know, they get paid decently. I heard it starts at like $26 an hour, and then it goes up to well over 30. So it's a good paying job, but you know, you might as well start applying now. You know what I mean? It's like kind of like my the shipping company I work for. Starting drivers don't get paid that much, but once you top out, it's $37 and change an hour is what it is. So after 4 years of being a driver, you're up to 37 change an hour is what it's at right now. That's max pay right now is for drivers at my job. It's an online ground school. Oh yeah. So the one company I'm looking to go with, they use Shorties or something like that, and it has an online thing, and it has like videos and everything. And they told me you have to have that. They use Jeppesen or whatever books. I'm sure you know what company that is. But for the online, they want you to go through the whole online trading and stuff, and they want so you're following, so you understand what's going on. They said you have to study, obviously, and do all that stuff. You can't just like sit there and breeze through it. But that basically videos shows you stuff, slides, the whole 9 yards, and that's the kind of thing. Now I've been watching tons and tons, and I mean, God, tons of training videos from these YouTubers. And they really are helping because I'm really starting to understand what's going on, how they talk to the air traffic controller and stuff. Some of that I'm kind of a little sketch on, but at least I have a running knowledge of, okay, I kind of understand what they're trying to say and what they have to do. It's hard to think about. They are first lean on defense against terror attacks or abuse at airline for the train for that. Oh, Puff, bring me my drink. If you're going to be a flight attendant, you're kind of your job to bring the drinks. Am I right? So when those passengers are like, I want a Coke, you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to go get the Coke. Here you go. I mean, that's essentially what you're doing. You're an attendant. You're a flight attendant. So you have to attend to the needs of the actual people on the flight. So, you know, it's whatever. I mean, you know, it's whatever. When I was on the last flight, when we coming home from Illinois, we were on Frontier Airlines, and they actually used the thing they push down the aisle with a cart. They actually blocked off the whole front area where the restroom is so that the pilots could switch in and out and go to the bathroom halfway through or whatever it was. And they kind of stretched their legs for a minute. And one of the stewardesses actually went inside the cockpit, shut the door, you know, put the coat on there so that way only she could open it up again when she looked through the peephole. And then the other one came out. The captain maybe came out afterwards once the first officer went back inside. And that was pretty cool. So I heard they really don't do much anyways. It's all, what's it called? Navigate, you know, GPS now. They just punch in the GPS and like, go bitch. All right, so how have you been doing over there? This basically, I heard what it is for the most part now, besides takeoff and landing. It's all just, you know, set the thing and go. Hi, Dan. How you doing, buddy? Sporty's also really good. I did their intro course, learned a lot from it. Good to hear it, Clayton. Again, I'm down to the final selection. I called the one guy tonight. I actually texted him. He gave me his number from the Warbird Academy here, Warbird Museum here in Kissimmee. And they told me, he said he's going to try and contact somebody because he used to work at the academy I wanted to go to, Fly Smart, but then he left because he wanted to fly the Warbirds and actually get to fly the World War II planes and train on his own. So he said he probably couldn't get picked back up by them again because I was like, dude, just call him up and be like, hey, I'll have a contract with Chad and then I'll train Chad or whatever. But he said I don't think they would allow me to do that anymore. So he's like, unless you want to fly with our Citabria, which is a little tiny plane, he's like, I don't know. He's like, I'm going to try and call somebody tomorrow and then I'll get back with you. I said, okay. But I'm probably going to go with Fly Smart otherwise. Hey, Juan, what's going on, man? Why do they still have smoking? There's no smoking. We're on the planes. No smoking at all. Appreciate the hell out of you. PK, I appreciate the heck out of you as well, buddy. Thanks for being a subscriber, and thanks for spending a few minutes with me today. I appreciate it. Good degreaser. Oh, are you trying to use it for in your engine bay and stuff like that? I haven't. What the hell is going on? Like, there must be like a bug, like straight up dead out there. It's like I hear it just like, like we have the bug zapper. It's like going crazy out there. Good degreaser. You can get stuff like Purple Power and stuff straight from Walmart. It should do you really good, man. You shouldn't need much more than that. Ashtray says somebody still smokes and need a safe place, but on. I don't know. I don't smoke. I guess in the airports, you know, they have the smoking area. Okay, what the hell? Some bug is. Thank you. I guess the bug finally died. The zapper was going off for like the last 45 seconds. I was gonna go turn it off, but I guess he finally died. Yeah, exactly. Music, exactly. They take off and fly on their own, and that's what it's really coming down to anymore. And whatever. Best wheel and tire cleaner, all around tire. Best wheel and tire cleaner. I like the Meguiar's Ultimate. It's easy to get over the counter. It's like $8 and change. Pretty decent sized bottles, like 32 ounces. It's a solid product all around. And you can use that on your paint for decontamination as well to get any of the iron filings and stuff like that out of your paint. You can't go wrong with over the counter for that. Chad, I had the Meguiar ceramic wax last 2 weeks at most. Damn, that's awful, Caesar. That's terrible. Best car wash soap. So my ones that I like the best that I can recommend all day long are from smaller companies. I know that, you know, some people are scared of trying smaller companies. I say go for it. Limitless Car Coats, Limitless Lather. This stuff right here is freaking stellar. It is stellar, okay? It's nice. Look how blue it is. I've already spilled it back over. Watch. So that's how dark it normally is. I flip it over. Look how dark it still is. I mean, this stuff is so damn good. What's it called? It's so rich, so damn slick. It's amazing in the foam cannon. The Wax Shop right here. The Wax Shop here. This company, also amazing as well in that thing. I like the Car Pro car wash over here. This is one of the higher end ones that you can buy. A little bit more expensive, but you know, you get what you pay for. It's around 12 bucks for this bottle. Car Pro Reset. Amazing in the foam cannon. Pretty good over the thing. I'd say around like a 9 or so on the actual 2-bucket method. Suds lasted forever. Wasn't as slick as these two, but it was still very good nonetheless. Maybe you could do some plane detailing. Yeah, I wouldn't want to touch that right now. Dude, you know how hot it is right now here in Florida? It was 95 degrees today with a humidity index at 102. No way. No way. It was ridiculous. Best brand overall for over-the-counter, it would either be Meguiar's or Mother's. Nothing else. And honestly, Meguiar's and Mother's is just as good as many high-end brands. Maybe a little short of those, but many of them, your Adams, it runs toe-to-toe with Adams and all that stuff. In many ways, I like their products better than I like Adams' products. Blows chemical guys out of the water, obviously. Unless you're going to get to their superior high-end professional line, you're really not going to get that much better than those. And why spend all the money online, you know, for those all-around things? If you use one thing, yeah, I would say either one of those. Limitless Car Care or... Look at this! Hopefully you guys can see this. This thing's been sitting down for a long time. It is still blue at the top. This is how thick and slick this stuff is. It is still light blue. You can see the tinge of it in the camera, I hope. It's just ridiculous. That stuff is freaking stellar. Limitless Car Care, huge shout out to that company. Oh my God, amazing. That's why I bought like 6 bottles of their stuff and I gave them away on live streams because I loved them so much. And then the YouTubers wrote me once afterwards and they were like, dude, this stuff's amazing. I'm like, I know, that's why I bought it and I gave it to you because it was so good. Did you ever get the Eagle One tire and wheel cleaner to work? No. As a matter of fact, I used their other wheel cleaner on the Type R the other day, the one that actually has like a Iron X type stuff in it. Damn, that pumper doesn't work either. They're the crappiest triggers, I swear to God. I feel like they've gone Chinese. Again, Eagle One was bought out last year or something like that again. They keep getting bought out. And they're just really cheaping down their shit. And because of it, their quality, I think it's starting to go down as well. Leather cleaner. Have you tried Mother's VLR? I really like that stuff. Get some Mother's VLR. It has protection. I think I have the bottle, easy to get to. I really like that stuff. It's easy all around stuff. There's a lot of good leather cleaners like your Meguiar's and stuff like that. But this is one of the ones that's kind of like an all-in-one. Let me try and get it for you, buddy. It's somewhere in here. Yeah, I don't know why it's in my kitchen, but it's in my kitchen, so bear with me, guys. It's nice and cool in the kitchen. That's why I have the door open right now with a fan blowing because it's too hot in the garage. See? Fan's blowing. Can't do it otherwise. Here, Mother's VLR. It's vinyl, leather, rubber, cleans, conditions, and protects. It's pretty solid. Anything from Mother's is a pretty good, you know, you're not going to be like, damn, this stuff sucks. Mother's is a very good all-around company brand. I don't have any issues with it at all. Do you still like Wax Gods Super Suds? Yes, I do, Daniel. Yes, I do. I have no problem with Wax Gods whatsoever. Wax Gods is one of those small companies that makes stellar products as well. Thoughts on little trees? If you like that kind of thing, I mean, I don't like things hanging in my car or anything like that. I just use either the sprayer, like smell good stuff, or I use those little air freshener car things or whatever, the car bombs, whatever you want to call those things. These things right here. These are really, really good. These little things, great. They're like a bug fogger that you just like click on and then it kills everything. It's the same thing. It kills all the smell and it smells really good. Wax Gods Super Sud shampoo is good. Yes, it is, Juan. Yes, it is. Thanks for that. Mother's is a great value. Yeah, it's really good. I'll try it on my truck tomorrow. I had cloth before, now let leather it to me. It just coming up from as a regular kid, cloth was always the poor man stuff and leather was always the rich man stuff. And the higher quality the leather, usually the more expensive the car. But to me, when I get in a car with leather seats, I feel like it's a nicer car all around. I just feel more calm, like, when I sit down, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm rich. Obviously, Type R seats are not going to be that way. But they're not meant to be, because you'd be sliding all over the seats. Like, those things are so damn comfortable in Type R. These seats are so comfortable. They have a lot of bolstering around your legs, so you kind of got to climb up out of the seat. But you get used to that really quick. Like, I usually swing my one leg over and I put it over the hump, and then I stand up out of the car. So I don't just drag my legs across, otherwise the legs get closed in. I don't like that much. VLR is good. I use my car in leather boots. Good. See, I like when subscribers also try products that I try, and you guys can give feedback and give your own 2 cents. I like that. Even if you say, you know what, Chad, that was the worst product I've ever tried, that's fine. Everybody should have their own opinion on stuff, and I truly believe that. I can only give you one man's opinion, and that's all I can do. I'll give you true life results, the way I feel about a product, but ultimately it has to come up to you. You're the one that's going to spend your hard-earned money on it. Armor All Black Magic. Oh God, that's a terrible choice. Probably Armor All. You have boats and you live in Texas. Yep. The Mother's Nano Clay Bar streaks and leaves Mars on the paint. They buff off, annoying. Matthew, you need to make sure you are putting enough lubricant down. As a matter of fact, I just used it the other day on the Blue Prelude before I made the ceramic one for the chemical guys here stuff. All right. It works wonders. Let me tell you, that car had sat out there in Tampa, out in the sun under a tree for a couple months while it was being repaired a little bit at a time between the guys' work schedule. And God, the contamination on that car was horrible. It sounded like sandpaper when I was running it. But trust me, I completely soaked that paint before I worked on any section. If it even felt like it was starting to grab, I soaked the section more. So I had no issues whatsoever with it. So just make sure you use enough lubrication. I think that's what it really genuinely comes down to, because that rubbery stuff is so damn grabby. If it doesn't have enough lubrication on there, it will just, and that's where people are having some issues. I do agree that titanium for fusion, full radar cruise control. I would say get high quality tint as soon as possible. Ceramic level preferred, because ceramic is going to give you the most heat protection. I have, so the Air Blue, the whole front windshield is that clear tint. It's called Air Blue. It is ceramic coated, and then the side windows are all, it's a metallic, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. It's the metallic tint. So it does help reflect a lot of the heat, but not quite as much as heat as a ceramic tint will be. Again, you can order that stuff, but the store I get mine tinted at all the time, they don't carry it in. They only carry the one notch right below ceramic tint. Where the Air Blue, the clear stuff, has always only been ceramic tint. So it's the way it goes. If you bought a Type R first, would you have got GTR? I don't know. I just generally don't know on that one, Cody, to tell you the truth. Again, the GTR I bought in January 2017, and the Civic Type R did not come out until, I want to say it was June or July. And at that point, there were dealerships asking $15,000 and $20,000 above sticker. No dealership would let their Type Rs go for under about $5,000 or $10,000 over MSRP. I remember after I sold my 370Z, I put down $24,000. I put down cash, $24,000 on the GTR. So I only financed $44,800 and something on that car. Well, okay, if you're paying $10,000 above sticker, 35 back then it was 35.5 for the 2017 Type R. You're paying more than I paid for this essentially. So why not get the GTR? So hopefully that makes some sense to you. And it's a GTR versus Civic Type R. Civic Type R isn't super limited. GTRs, you rarely see them on the road. You will see Type Rs on the road once in a while, but a lot more than you will see a GTR. Yeah, boots, and I live in Houston, Texas, but using an automotive product on boots and leather. Yeah, you can, again, even Masterson's here. Greg Masterson's always uses the leather cleaner and the leather conditioner. He puts this stuff on shoes and everything all the time, so it's not like you can't do it as long as it's leather. Just do it. You know, like you said, protect your stuff. Clay bars can be reused. You just keep using them until they go bad, and then you just throw it away and get a new piece of clay. You just fold it over. You keep folding it over. Do you ever wash cars behind camera? If so, what do you use your own personal? Actually, I'll tell you the other day. I used Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, please. At Acc0rd79. Same as the thing. Acc0rd79. I washed the motorcycle, so it's really beautiful now. I use Mother's Carnival washing wax. I washed the Civic Type R on Friday. Yeah, Friday. I used Mother's Speed washing wax. The new stuff that's at Walmart, the blue stuff. I use that. I use a shit ton of this stuff right here. As you can see, it's the new Mother's 3X. This is about $14 for 100 ounces. I use a butt ton of this because this stuff is super slick and it's amazing in the foam cannon, and I like it a lot. But here, I'll show you. If I can get in there in the closet. I'm coming out of the closet, guys. Hold on. Oh, everything fell out. Sorry, I have that problem, you know what I mean? That's what happens when you fall in the closet. So, right here, this is what I use. I absolutely love this stuff. This stuff is super thick. Highly recommend this stuff, okay? Highly recommend it. I can't say anything more about it because it's just that good. I use that to wash the motorcycle. I use their Blue Speed stuff, the new one, to wash the Type R. Yeah, I copied you on the windshield, getting the car done next week. Good deal, man, good deal. What up, Everett? I live in the Woodlands. Okay, we're going to have a date later on, guys. Make sure you hit up with each other. That's good. Do you think Meguiar's wash mitt would be a good wash mitt to buy? I've used it before. I haven't had any issues with it. I wanted the entire car tinted. It would be a $400 thermal tint. Yeah, you know what I mean? You get what you pay for. Dalton, that's with everything. You get what you pay for. What's the next car you're going to get, Everett? I have no need for any more cars. Truly, I have too many cars the way it is now. I take that back. I don't have too many cars. I don't need any more cars. Okay, I don't need any more cars. I've got my fun super sports car with a GTR. I got my family dad car being my Civic Type R over there. I've got my two older Preludes, and I got my two motorcycles, as you guys know. I don't have a need to buy any more vehicles. I probably won't buy another car for God knows how many years, because why? I have everything I need. I've got the four-door family mobile. I got the super sports car, the motorcycles. I've got the two regular sports car, regular coupes out there. There's no more need. We have the minivan. Minivan's already has over 50,000 miles on it. It's nuts how many miles she puts on that car. Yeah, Dalton, don't worry about them on that. When was the last time you saw a cop stop somebody for tinting? When was the last time you saw a cop? Is it regular or is it metallized? Seriously, don't worry about it. Nobody's gonna care. Chad, go back in the closet. God damn it, I hate this. You know what? I was gonna be a stewardess, but no, it's not gonna happen anymore. I'm gonna be a pilot. Forget you guys. You guys don't want me. The guys in the cockpit do. I know that you mentioned it before. What brand of pressure washer do you use? Okay, Swift. So it's under my motorcycle jackets here. Hold on, let me spin it around. Let me move my motorcycle. So here's my leathers. Well, one of them anyways. Here's my other motorcycle jacket for the summer because it's too hot in the leathers. Here. Hopefully you can see it. It's Generac. It has like a 5-star rating of like hundreds of people. So this is an older model. They don't make this anymore. It's a 2800 PSI, which is 2.4 gallons per minute. Hopefully you can see that really good here. And the new one is the 2900 PSI. It's about, give or take, $300 for it. But this bad boy will start on the first or second pull every single time, guaranteed. Guaranteed. You know, you just pull the choke in down here. You just set it to the thing. Full choke right here. Start it up. Put it to like, after it runs for like 5 or 10 seconds, let it warm up, and then put it to full running speed. And that's it, dude. I'm telling you. 1 or 2 pulls every time. Even after the winter when it hasn't been ran in like 5 or 6 months. It starts immediately within 1 or 2 pulls. No issues whatsoever with it. I've had it for 3 years, maybe pushing 4 now. So that's the way it works. Yes, I don't have actually hangers and hooks out here, so I just use what I have, and that is my pressure washer to put my jackets on. Pretty funny. Soft and thick. Yeah, that doesn't sound very good at all. Would you sell all your cars for 100 grand? Why? Why would I need to sell my cars? There's really no need. I tried 5% on my probably my sheet fuel is too dark. My mom hated it. Went to 20% back. You know, it's what you get used to. I have 20%. I have 5% all around this car. The front windshield, of course, air blue, which is 80%, and then I have the 5% strip across the front, which helps me with thing. When I wear contacts, as you guys know, and it's just too damn bright. Contacts, for some reason, magnify the hell out of the sun. Where if I'm wearing my glasses, not some big deal. And I guess you get a lot more sensitive with when you wear contacts. So it's like when I'm in the sun, I'm like, oh, I can't see. So I love dark tinted windows because I can even get away with not wearing sunglasses when I drive a lot of times, unless it's just beating down right there in my face. So I like it. You want the new Subaru power washer? I think they sell that at like Sam's Club. Cops will make you peel the tint out the windows. But when was the last time you saw a cop do anything like that? Seriously. My blue Prelude is 5% tint. I took it to Illinois. It's illegal as hell. It's their rules are like 30% is legal, 35% is legal. 5%, I drove it all around. I've had cops right on my tail here before. Cops here don't do shit because they have dark tint too. You know, if you see a blacked out Explorer, it's probably a cop. Just plain and simple. If you see the newer cop cars, you know, the Explorers, and they're completely blacked out when you go up to them, it's probably a cop here in Florida, especially the undercover ones. So you don't worry about them. Nobody cares about that. As a matter of fact, I just had a cop on my tail. Was it Thursday? He was literally sitting behind me on a light, and on this car, obviously it's 5%. It's not legal in Florida. I still do it anyways. Then again, the back windshields can all be blacked out. The front windshields have to be like, the front windows have to be like 20% or 18% on the driver and passenger, and the front has to be like 75% or something, whatever it is. But rarely have you ever heard about cops worrying about it. Electric pressure washers. I've had good luck with I have more than one Ryobi product. I would look into Ryobi products. I heard Greenworks is a decent one for a cheap one. But Ryobi I've never had any issues with. I think they're only like $100 and something for those as well. Have you ever heard of Trinova? They're all over Instagram. I think I have. I'm not 100% sure though. No, not like that. They are Chanel wash mitts. Oh, I thought we were talking about other stuff. Don't worry about it, buddy. Don't worry about it. Same quality as Chemical Guys compared to the... Honestly, go on Amazon. Buy some of your wash mitts from Amazon. Buy a lot of things. As a matter of fact, the waffle weave. These waffle weave towels are like, what, 3 feet long? These are Chemical Guys. They only cost $9 and change on Amazon. Buy it on Amazon. I bought 3 of those bad boys. I love those things. Your microfiber towels here. These are Amazon. These are big, okay? I don't know what they are. I don't know what size. I can't remember. But it's usually like 10 of them for like, I don't know, $16 on Amazon. And it'll have like Prime shipping, which is free. Go buy it on Amazon. Seriously, don't spend your money ordering it through them. Just go on Amazon. You're going to get a better price. New Ford Fusions are undercover cops now in Houston. Oh, not here. It's almost always a Ford Explorers or a few Ford Tauruses, and that's about it. But I'd say we're at now 80 to 90, probably about 90% now. All your town, your sheriff, or in city are all Ford Explorers. Almost 100% now. I'd say, like I said, you're probably around 90% of the cops in the Orlando area and in Florida for the most part are all Ford Explorers. You got to learn what the Ford Explorer headlights look like from behind. I have already, so I know exactly if it's a cop or not. It's pretty crazy. Well, at least you know, like, okay, it could be a cop, so I better watch myself. Greenworks makes good products, but their pressure washers don't last. A friend of mine. Well, then check the Ryobi, because I have Ryobi's tools, you know, for mowing yards and stuff like that, and like edging yards and stuff. And I haven't had any issues with it, and I've had them for years. Try Ryobi. Waffle weave towels aren't bad either. For $60. Yeah, you know, you like the thick stuff. You know, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Lot more cushion. A lot more cushion for the pushing, you know. You gotta push it across that paint, you know. You want to make sure that it's getting it all soaked up. So of course we like that thicker stuff. But that's the way it is. So hopefully that guys helps you out some more with there. Is there any more questions you guys would like to talk about? Anything you would like to talk about? Go ahead and bring it up because we're already at 2.5 hours almost. And I probably better go upstairs and answer a few more things on YouTube and just relax for the night. My throat is starting to get a little sore here. And I'm just going to kind of cut it off for a while and just go watch some more plane flying videos and do a little more research and stuff like that. Because I got to start ordering you have to have all the class supplies, all your books. You have to buy a headset. for you when you're in the plane. And what else do you have to get? You have to buy that online course, the Sporty's online course, which is $200 for an online course. So it's going to be very expensive to start flying. But if I don't do it, I got to buy a little bit at a time, and you can't start the school until you have all those books. There we go. iPhone with another 99 cents. It's like I feel like I'm in a strip club when I'm around you because you just keep throwing money at me. I love it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Super Day, this pressure washer, the good work, 1600 won, and 80 bucks is great. Oh, that's not bad, you know. 80 bucks for a pressure washer, even if it only lasts 2 years. 80 bucks is nothing. They're big for it. Now, or you could go with a Generac one like this. Generac lasted me, it's been what, almost 4 years? When I went to go buy mine, I actually looked on Home Depot's website, and it had literally like a 4.9 stars out of hundreds of ratings. Hundreds. They said they've had them for years. Generac are some of the best ones you could possibly buy in the market, and you get what you pay for. I think I got it was on sale, $280 shipped, free shipping. And I've had it for roughly almost 4 years now, and it works like a champ. As a matter of fact, I just cleared my entire driveway. You know, the driveway every year, at least once a year, if not twice a year, I pressure wash the entire driveway. I have one of those like, circular discs that connects to it. So it's kind of like mopping the floor. And the whole driveway is bright and spotty again, and I love it. So no complaints with that company whatsoever. What do you think about Walmart's Hyper Tough Pressure Washer? I have never tried it before. Never tried it. Why you want to fly planes, but you can't with your vision? You can fly with your vision. Cody, I've already passed. I have my physicals already passed. It's not a DOT, it's the FAA physical. It's sitting in the kitchen right now. I have my class, first class physical is already done. So you have to do your eye check, which as long as you have glasses, you can and you can see, that's totally fine. So they did check my vision with my glasses on, totally fine. What else did they do? They check your weight, check your height, check your blood pressure, and then they put an EKG on you because it's first class. First class in order to get to commercial. You have to have a first class, so they told me just check off first class, and they put the EKG on you and everything, and I think it was like $120 for the physical, something like that. Not too bad, and it's all done. Comes with a little soap detergent, all. Acc0rd trash. True that Amazon charged my whole car for dealing with it. I need to finish my defense driving class to clear my ticket. Jeez Louise. Don't get tickets. Use Waze. Use the Waze app, guys. If you don't know about the Waze app already, you need to learn about the Waze app. That thing will tell you where probably, especially on like interstate highway drives, show you about where 80-90% of the cops are already hiding. Unless they literally just got there and haven't been reported yet, somebody hasn't reported them, 80 to 90% of the cops are already spotted on Waze. Even with my highest end radar detectors they make in the world, you go to the website or you go to the independent reviews, and the Unit R3 and R7 are the best ones in the world. I have the R3. Nothing touches it in best in radar and for long distance. And still, I'll know, like, you see the mini map on your Waze thing on your phone when you're driving. It's about 6 miles out. You can see the little blue dot there with the little cop face on it. You're like, yep, there's a cop reported ahead. And you can kind of click on it, and you can actually see when it was reported by and who it was reported by. And if it's like in the last few minutes, I'll be like, yeah, the cop's probably still there. So I'll really cut it down to maybe like 74 miles an hour and just cruise by. Make sure at least it's clear there. If he's there, hit that thumbs up button. Let everybody know, hey, man, thanks for it. If he's not there, hit the X button, and it'll remove the warning off the mini map. Does it HOA? They don't make me clean the driveway, but we had grass growing in the cracks of the driveway, and we just got a write-up for it this week. But I'd already cleaned the cracks last weekend, so there's no more grass coming out between the cracks in the driveway, so it didn't matter to me. But yes, we did get a write-up for having grass growing between the cracks in the pavement. It's always better to save up and buy quality. Once you spend money, that is true. You are true. I had any issues with Greenworks products. Yeah, well, cheap Walmart, cheaping. I use Waze now, works great. When I had someone pulled out in front of me and I hit them, I saw the location on my map. I'm telling you right now, use the Waze every time we're driving. Literally, every time I'm in the car, I have a Waze on. I always want to know, it shows the traffic ahead, it shows if there's accidents ahead, people report accidents. Where everything is, so you can kind of avoid it and go around those bad areas. If you know there are cops are ahead, you will already start slowing down. It really saves them. But even if, like I said, they're running radar, the mini map will show them about 5 or 6 miles out, on the highway. So it's like, I have so much time to slow down. It's ridiculous. You can't even see somebody at 5 or 6 miles out. So it's like, okay, I know in the next couple of miles I need to start slowing down again. And Genuinely, that's the way it is. And sometimes you go to South Florida and there's like really bad speed traps down there, and you'll see ways like every like quarter mile there'll be another cop reporting. You're like, holy shit, they're doing a whole stop there. And it will be true. You'll see like 6 people pulled over, and you're like, oh my god, And it's really bad because there's a couple speed traps right on the Florida Turnpike in Fort Pierce, Port St. Lucie. They're real bad through there, and you'll see them. You'll be like cop reported, cop reported, cop reported, and you're like, oh my god. And they'll have 3 or 4 people pulled over, but miles and miles ahead of time, so you can just chill out and slow down a little bit. I'll pass them like 72 and be like, I was just doing 87, bitches. And I'm like, seriously, once you pass Fort Pierce, coming up towards Kissimmee on the Turnpike, there's nothing. You're out in the middle of Nowhereville, Florida, like ranches and orange groves. So everybody does like 85, 90 miles an hour through there. And seriously, I was doing like, last time we came from Miami on a cruise in March, I think I got up to like 92 miles an hour, sometimes 94. And we were just hauling ass the entire way. Full groups of us doing like 92 miles an hour. That's 22 miles an hour of the speed limit. There's nobody out there. But once you hit like by Fort Pierce, holy shit, that's where a state trooper, I guess you want to call it, center is located. And they're horrible through there. Absolutely horrible. Rarely have I gone through Fort Pierce on the Turnpike and not seen a cop pulling somebody over. Yep, for sure. Do law enforcement. Nah. Will I ever track the GTR? No, I've never had a desire to go to the track. It's just never been my thing, you know what I mean? Chad, cut a black hose to fit the length of the expansion crack on the driveway and the weeds won't grow. Actually, you've been using like Roundup or stuff like that. I just soak the whole cracks and stuff like that, and that's what I normally do. I usually only have to like get the cracks clean of the grass like every few months. I don't know why, it's just the way it goes. Like the cracks aren't that big. Like, we're talking like half an inch, the expansion cracks there. And that's just what happens. They grow a couple of them every month. So you just kind of dig them out of there. Fly past a copy of GTR. Yeah, I have a friend that's a police officer in St. Cloud, and he said there's no way any of our cars could get you. He's like, every one of our Chargers are all V6s. He's like, we could never catch you. He's like, but what we would do is obviously we call like all points bulletin on the radio, and we'll try and bring other cops in and block the road is what we try and do in that kind of situation. So we'll call ahead and we'll try and bring everybody in. They'll try and block the road is what they'll do in order to stop you. So because they know they can't catch you in the higher cars. He said, honestly, for the most part, he doesn't even look at motorcycles because motorcycles just take off so fast, they get through traffic, and they're gone in a heartbeat. A lot of times, because he's a motorcycle rider, he said they'll make some stupid decision, and they'll end up wrecking the bike. And it's not like wrecking in your car. So he said sometimes it's really not worth it going after a motorcycle. He said it's crazy to do it. So ways let you know when all the cars up. Only if they've been reported, Matt. So what I'm saying on this one is, so let's say I'm in front of you, Matt, and I see a cop. Well, I'll hit the report button on the little side, little orange circle. You hit the report button, and then I'll report a police visible or is hidden, and then I hit the send button. So now everybody that is behind us will automatically get that notification. You'll see the little blip on your map, but once you get within like a half mile, a quarter mile, it starts verbally announcing it through the phone, or if you have Bluetooth through your phone, car speakers, you'll hear it. It'll say, police reported ahead. Once you get up there by it, you can hit the thumbs up by it, like agreeing, yes, the police are there. Or if they're gone already, then you can hit the X button or whatever, and it removes that warning off the mini-map, so nobody else behind you is ever going to get warned about it anymore. Great. Now we're going to have drama again with Cody. Cody, take it down a notch. Take it down a notch. It's not worth it. Matthew, no necessarily has been reported first. Yeah. New York cops are all escort. Yeah, they're still. So what I see with the Tauruses around Kissimmee, anyways, the only ones that are the sheriffs, Osceola County, and there are only a few of them, and usually those are the sergeants and stuff like that, the higher rank ones. But I would say 90%, if we because the sheriff station is right down there, the main headquarters of Osceola County Sheriff. It's like 5 minutes from my house, and 90% of them are all the new Explorers. Yeah, bikes. It's really hard to keep up. Back to work. Night supervisor for a juvenile detention center. Yeah. So right over there, about 5 minutes going the other direction, is Osceola County Jail. It's about 5 minutes down the road going that way. I know, we're right in the middle of all this stuff. So you got the sheriff's 5 minutes down the road this way. Going down this way is 5 minutes away is the Osceola County Jail. I know. It's the way it goes. Enjoy beating some butt, Rick. Have fun whooping their tails. They deserve it because they're in jail anyways. Cody always starts drama. Yep, all guys, he's right. Oh, yeah, I guess. No, I don't know. Would you ever make a decal? What do you mean make a decal? I've actually had my, so I'm in the Florida Type R, Civic Type R Owners Club, and I'm one of the admins there. I got promoted to admin because I'm just pretty active in doing stuff. So I had one of my buddies, I don't know if you guys can see that really good. I'll just spin the camera around. So I had one of my buddies custom make this for me, and then he changed the colors of all the different ones. I ordered them for myself. And that's the only decals I have. I don't put any stickers on my car. I had it on my, I like the Central Florida Z Club on my 370Z, and that's it. Ooh. Dodge Chargers. No, actually, my friend said all the ones in St. Cloud are all V6s. He said that's all they are. He said we couldn't even catch you on the red cars. So that's why we call ahead on the radio when we have the roads blocked is what we do. That's how they get around the cars that are a lot faster. Or motorcycles, whatever. But usually motorcycles, they lane split. They're gone. You know, if a bike's gonna run, he's gonna instantly be gone. You're not gonna catch a sport bike. It's just the way it's gonna go. They're just gonna lane split right down the middle between the cars, and you're never gonna catch them. You're gonna be stuck 20 cars deep in there, and you're gonna get stuck, and you're done. They make a couple of turns, and they're gone. They're off the radar. I'll give you an example. I can't 100% prove that this happened, but when I was younger and lived in Jacksonville, Florida, I delivered pizzas during the day. I forgot what car I had at the time. I had a radar detector in the car, but I had the music blasting and I didn't hear the radar going off. I took a turn down the one road, and I look way down the road, and I see a car like sitting parallel to it, or not parallel, perpendicular to it. And I'm like, man, I wonder what kind of car that. Why is the car just sitting there? I'll glance at my radar detector. I'm like, holy shit, it's a cop, and I'm doing damn well 15 over the speed limit. You know, heading back to Pizza Hut. I was working at Pizza Hut at the time. Well, because I knew the back roads from delivering so long, I knew that this neighborhood connected to this neighborhood, which was past him, and I could pop out. So I immediately, I hammered on the brakes. I took a quick turn through this one neighborhood that caught me through the back of this neighborhood, and I went down through it as fast as I possibly could. I blew through stop signs and everything. And then I pulled out, which was on the other side of where he was at, way down there, and I took off and I just hauled ass, and I didn't even look back. And I looked back, and as soon as I creeped out, I kind of crept out of the neighborhood because you could see him, like he would be like 3-4 blocks down was where he was sitting. And the white car was gone, and I was like, holy shit, he was probably coming after me. And dude, I booked it. I went right back to Pizza Hut. I didn't have a topper on my car, thank God, so they didn't know it was me. I never went that way the rest of the day. I swear to God, I took the long way around every other time the rest of the day because I figured that cop was going to be sitting there waiting on me and be like, I saw you earlier, I've got you now, boy. So I literally went around it every time. I took the long way around. It took me another 10 minutes, but I didn't care because I was like, dude, holy crap, it's a cop running radar back there. And it was just dumb luck that I happened to see that white car sitting there, and I looked down at my radar, and I made sure from that point on, whatever I did, my radar detectors would be turned up high enough so that it would overpower the music every time. Because I couldn't hear it going off because it wasn't turned up high enough. But it was completely pegged out. I was like, holy crap. And I knew that he had me. He had me dead to rights. And so I was like, yep, it's never going to happen again. They'd have to have a helicopter iPhone. That's the problem. St. Cloud does not have their own helicopter. I mean, even the Florida Highway Patrol, it's like, dude, you know, by the time you get that thing taken off and you get it, you're long gone by then. Again, you just take a few turns and you're gone, especially in a bike, you're already gone. A few turns, especially a bike, you park it in somebody's backyard for a few minutes, let the heat die down and take off and just cruise all the way. They just can't catch you on a bike. You're way too small and way too fast. Think about it though, if you don't have it running and your guys aren't ready, are you really going to spin up a helicopter for a speeder? I mean, if you don't think it's doing anything crazy legal other than speeding, you're probably not going to spin up a helicopter and waste all that money for a couple $100 ticket. It's just not worth it. No, I wasn't. I think I was like 19 or 20 when that happened. I was delivering for Pizza Hut for like 3 years as a morning job between college classes, and I was really hauling ass. Like, cause I always sped around when I was like delivering pizzas. I always, you know, the faster you are, the better tip you got. So of course I went a lot faster, and just was dumb that I just happened to look up and I'm like, huh, look at that white car just sitting there in the corner. Cause you know cars don't normally sit there, and I'm like, I wonder what's going on up there. And I look over, I'm like, oh shit, it actually is a cop. That's what he is, and that's what I did it. Because after you run the same routes constantly over and over and over, you learn where the cops usually like to hide. And I'd never seen anybody sitting there before. I'm like, what is that doing on the side of the road? And then I'm like, oh crap, he's running radar. And I just slammed on the brakes and turned through. Yo, man, where did you get the Chemical Guys Hydro Charge from? Chemical Guys website? I had to order it online because they were all out of stock when I first bought it. I will be real with you, as I'm real with everybody. Let me get a full long-term test in. It says on the back it can last up to 12 months, but I'm honestly don't think it's going to last 12 months. I washed the car yesterday just to see, and I don't know, it rained yesterday and it just wasn't beating up. If I had, you guys saw the GTR on my Instagram, I think it's beating up like a champ. The Civic Type R still beats up like a champ, and it wasn't beating up on the Prelude. And I'm like, it's pouring outside. It should be completely just beads everywhere. There was nothing on the hood. So I washed it last night just to give it a quick shot and just see if I changed it. It did beat up again, but I'm like, you've got to be shitting me. It didn't even last a week. Are you kidding me? So if we get to a month and that's not lasting, it's going to have a bad rip-on video, and I will have to make an apology tour video for it. But, you know, that's why I said in the videos, it does good now, but let me do a longevity test and we'll see how long it lasts. And I always will say that in those videos because people are going to be like, but you said you loved it. Yeah, it's great when you first applied it, but if it failed after a month, well, you're going to hear the truth from that side too. You have 2 portable AC units, Chad. If you don't want one, don't need one to pay for ship it. Yeah, God, I can even only manage the shipping. I thought about putting one over here because these windows here open behind the blinds to this is the main street right here. So they open up, and I was gonna have one of those ones put in, like one of those like I don't know, portable air conditioner things that are on rollers. But I'm like, maybe later. So my wife was like, go ahead and buy it. It's okay, you know, like $360. And she's like, you're always out there, just go buy one. And then I was like, I don't, you know, I can deal with it for now. I don't want to just waste stupid money on niceties. I can just deal with it and do things in the garage later on. And obviously, I have the fan on in here. I can only, but for a big old air conditioner like that, it would be way more. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying, Juan. I'm 100% real with you guys. I am literally, I don't lie to you guys in any way, shape, or form. If I can find a sprayer bottle, I got some water here. You can, I mean, you guys know the Civic Type R beads like a champ still. Let me see, I'll show it to you. So you guys can see it. This is just regular water in here. Nothing crazy. Watch. Look at that. You see what I mean? This is the mothers. It just beads up like a champ still all day long. There's no issues with it whatsoever. None. And I love this stuff. That's why I highly recommend it. Yes, I put 4 layers on it, but they actually say in the bottle 4 layers. Let me get you the bottle. It says you can layer it if you want. If you want better, even better results, layer it on there. They call it stacking. Where's it at? Where does it say about stacking? Somewhere through here it says it all. There, right here. For increased depth, durability, and protection, additional layers, also known as stacking, can be applied. Allow 24 hours of cure time between coats. That's why I did it. I did it 4 different layers on that bad boy. It's still thing like champ. Now, I don't think Meguiar says anything about stacking. Now, I did put a second layer when I first applied it. I put a second layer on immediately after I washed it. And so you apply it on dry, and then you got to wash it and put it on. So I did have 2 layers on that. I put 2 layers of the 303 on there. 303 lasted longer than that. So, you know, it's just wasn't too happy with the Meguiars. Not like it's hard to reapply more, but like really, I got to keep reapplying it. So, you know what? I didn't even dry the car. I got to dry the car. Them beads are still so damn tight on this car. It's awesome. Let's try and one-hand this bad boy. I'm just gonna use my sweet waffle weave towel here and just slightly just pull it across the top of the car. I know I'm doing this one-handed, so bear with me. No making fun of me. You can see I just lightly just drag it across and it dries it. It's so damn good. It's so easy. By the way, waffle weave towels are my best friends right now. They're just so fast and so easy to dry. Everything. Just soak it up in like 1 or 2 passes, then you just wring it out, and you can do it again and again and again and again. Or just buy multiple ones of these, and you'll be done. You don't even have to worry about wringing them out until later. $10, worth its weight in gold. Amazon.com. Order it. Order it now. We'll see. Well, boys, we're starting to wrap up this thing right now. We're at fast finish from Meguiar's right here. I have it right here. This is 1,000 times better than that ceramic. 1,000 times. This is spray-on sealant. This is way better than that spray-on wax. So I like how it's a hybrid ceramic wax. So all it is a spray wax. That's all they're telling me, Meguiar's. It's just the cool word you're using, ceramic. Yeah, exactly. And the turtle wax is a million times better. The turtle wax is a million times better. If you haven't followed my Instagram, go follow it. Look at yesterday's video. It was pouring rain yesterday. Complete thunderstorm here. It was sitting outside. I walked outside when the rain almost stopped, and it just beads like a champ. It was amazing. So that's why I'm saying it's like, yeah, yeah. The turtle wax, give it a shot for that much price. Fast finish look like a rainbow when you don't wipe it off. It's just the properties of it. You just gotta wipe it off. It's just the chemical properties. But you like the rainbows, Cody, apparently, because you like to go after iPhone over there, and mess with him. So I knew you like your rainbows too. What's the stuff on the Type R? J Money, that is the Mother's CMX. Right here, buddy. Hopefully you'll see it. This is the product of 2019. I have not tried anything that lasts longer. I followed the instructions I showed you on the back. It says you can apply multiple layers if you want. I have 4 layers on this. Every 24 hours, just put another layer on it. You can't beat it. You literally cannot beat that stuff right now. You use so little amount to it. It's ridiculous. That is the product to buy. Seriously, nothing has outlasted it so far. Again, turtle wax, we'll find out. But turtle wax, remember, is a very high carnauba-based product. It's meant to last long, but they said it's meant to last right around 6 months. If I get 6 months out of it, I'm happy. But it's already outlasted the Meguiar, so might as well. Cody doesn't make it on a flight that I am running and won't do good. No, you just don't give him anything. Be like, oh, he's being combative. I need security in here. Security. Yeah. Yeah, take him off my plane. He's starting trouble. We need him off the plane now. He's from New York. That's why. Yeah. It's because he's from New York. Yeah, that's right. All right. Yeah, good. No. Do I have to explain anymore? Okay, good. Click. Is the CMX available? Yes, O'Reilly's for sure sells it, Aaron. As a matter of fact, I let O'Reilly's. I bought it from O'Reilly's for somebody as a gift. So I definitely know O'Reilly's carries it. It was like $17 and change on sale. That's one place you can buy it. Hopefully you have O'Reilly's. I don't know about like AutoZone and Advanced Auto Parts, yes, but definitely O'Reilly's has it. $15, there you go. Dude, it smoked Meguiar's. For $15, dude, it blew them out of the water. Stack it like I did every night. Just put a couple squirts on every hood, every section, and then just wipe it down. That's all you have to do every single night. Don't drive the car if you don't have to. If you can possibly get away with it, don't drive it, and then just put a layer on. Or every week when you wash the car, put another layer on there right after it's dry. Dry it off, spritz it on, put another layer on that bad boy then. If you do that and let it cure for 24 hours and don't let it get rained on or wet, dude, this is ridiculously good. I know it's more of a SiO2 whatever, but damn, it's way better than wax. O'Reilly's Auto Parts, yes. Thanks. I just looked at O'Reilly's and I didn't see it. It's there. It was on the shelves. I just went to the local store and got it. Yes, I have a video of J Money. It's actually one of my more popular videos this year. It has like 75,000 views. Pretty good for a guy that only has 29,000 subscribers. Those are the videos you want because those bring in the buttloads of subscribers. When you have videos that I wouldn't say go viral, but blow up way beyond how many subscribers you currently have, that's what brings in lots and lots of new subscribers. I haven't long-term tested bead maker. As a matter of fact, next weekend, if my wife doesn't work, Matthew, I will be trying bead maker on her minivan. If you guys got to see the update video in ceramic, you can see it's starting to fade off, or the Meguiar ceramic is starting to fade off. And if you saw it to the very end, you actually got to see the quarter panel I have as a test bed. So I did the quarter panel of hers as kind of like a control, so I can see how it would last in comparison. And it beats the sheets like a boss. Her whole roof of the minivan is ceramic coated as well, because I was like, I ain't getting back up there. Screw that. It's just easier that way. Want to buy more 303? Sam, it's hard to find. Everybody sold out. Wow, really? Just go buy it online. Just go buy it online, iPhone. Did I ever send you one of them? Were you one of the winners that I actually sent one of these to? I don't remember anymore. How long did the Wax Gods spray wax last? Spray waxes usually only last a couple weeks to a month before they're basically all gone. Hence why the Meguiar's pretty much failed. So if you can shoot for a couple weeks to a month, you should be okay. What do you mean pay for itself? I make enough money to keep buying products and then some. It's helped me buy my camera, and it's helped buy some other stuff that you need. You know, you have to have. It's helped with travel expenses to go on like Detail Fest and stuff like that because you can that helps pay for it. Pays for a lot of all your shipping stuff when I give away giveaways because shipping is like $14 for priority mail shipping. Decide that pays for all that. You get what I'm trying to say. So you have a little bit of money to spend obviously afterwards. So yes, I do make some money, but you're never going to get rich. I'm not going to quit my day job for YouTube. See, I have not because I don't have any Chrome, but it should be able to be. I don't think it said you couldn't use it on Chrome. Screw it, try it. What's the worst that can happen? It doesn't work. What does it say? Dollars for drugs. Super hydrophobic protection formula. You've heard about ceramic coatings, also referred to as nanoquartz or SiO2 technology, and with good reason, professional detailers, online influencers, and your car buddies. Blah 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 blah. I'm trying to read. Apply in layers for increased depth, durability, and protection. It doesn't say anything. It doesn't say what you can or what you can't put it on. Just, I don't know. I know a lot of guys use this on their glass. So go for it. Try it. Try it on the Chrome and see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? Try it in a small area first. Remember, all it is just a layer of protection. It's not going to change the chemical composition or your paint or your Chrome. Just give it a shot. Big Maker smells like Dole Whip from Disney. No, I've smelled it. It smells really good. I like good smelling products. You know that. Speaking of Chrome, the titanium tip has a matte chrome. Any tips for getting rid of the water spots? Just get a metal polish. Seriously, a good metal polish from Mother's or Meguiar's metal polish will knock it all out real quick. So you know a way to keep carbon fiber from getting clear coat damage? You're going to have to obviously put some protection on it. I do have carbon fiber on the GTR, and I do see where when I bought it, the back air splitter on the back is the clear coats coming off. I put on a sealant on it right away though to help protect against the UV. I put sealant all over that bad boy. You want to have something that has UV protection or whatever because that's what's tearing up your carbon fiber. So again, my whole back diffuser in the back, on the back by the bumper down there, that's all real carbon fiber. Underneath the hood, the strut brace is all carbon fiber, real carbon fiber, not cheap, fake stuff. Like the Type R. The Type R, if you look closely at it, you can see it. It's carbon fiber, right? Wrong. It's fake carbon fiber, okay? There's a difference. So this is all fake carbon fiber. The GTR is actually real carbon fiber. It's not fake. Hey, Volatile, what's up, man? The residue comes off the residue that comes off the skin. It's weird but you've got to remember what it is made of, okay? It has the SiO2, silica in it, okay? That's what you're actually getting. Think of it like silica is in sand, beach sand, okay? So that's why it's a little bit like that, okay? So it's not a big deal. Just go with it. It literally blows off. Just give it a nice blow job, You know what I'm talking about? Give it a good blow job, and it'll go off. Otherwise, just use your microfiber towel, and it just falls off. It's really easy. Metal polish, even though it's plastic chrome, give it a shot. It can't hurt. I mean, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I just want to get a carbon hood, trunk, and wing on my STI. I don't want to protect it right away. As soon as you get it, protect it right away with some kind of sealant or whatever to protect against the UV. Stack that bad boy if you really want to. Put multiple layers on it. And you get as much protection as you can because you're right, that stuff's not cheap to replace. Metal polish works great. Yep, I've used it before. No issues whatsoever. I 100% agree with you there. All right, guys, I really want to go try and wrap this up around 3 hours. So we got about 8 minutes left. If you guys want to talk to me about whatever, feel free to talk to me. I'm totally okay with it. I'm just getting a little bit hoarse, and I'm going to take a break here. Go back and check my YouTube for the day because we got home. I did check a little bit, did just a little bit of YouTube stuff, and then I was like, you know what? Let's have a live stream. It's Sunday night. I want to have a live stream, and we'll go from there. Yes, Turtlewax makes everything. It's that's the way it goes, man. Turtlewax makes literally everything you need. Have you sealed your headlight plastics? I always do it, buddy. So what I'll do is I'll get like a basic sealant. Let's give you an example. On the GTR or whatever, I put it all over it. Now, I'll show you what I bought. Everybody sees in when I picked up my car from Tampa, I was like, what the hell happened to the headlights? They're so like hazed over. So I bought this the other day at Walmart. Hopefully you guys can see it. It's from Mother's headlight renewal kit. I'm going to be making a video about this hopefully this week on the Prelude so you guys can see the headlights getting cleared all the way off. From yellowy nasty stuff to clear. So we'll be trying that out here this week. So hopefully you guys will see it this week. We'll try. I also want to try the spray on detailer that Dalton donated to buy. We're going to try that as well. How do all your towels organize? Keep the... No, they all sit... Okay, so let me kind of lean over. I know it's kind of messy in there. So behind here, this is the door into the kitchen. There's actually like a utility sink and stuff in there. I just put everything in there. It's kind of like my clothes hamper kind of thing, where I put all the microfiber towels. After they're clean, I just throw them in that one sink. Because this big dual sink, that really deep sink, you know, that's where they all sit. They're all clean. They just sit in there, kind of like a thing. Best wheel polisher that you recommend for polished finish wheels. If you're putting like a chrome polish, like a metal polish, if so, try to get the Mothers. The Mothers works really good. I haven't really had any issues with that. Got my Escape final ceramic coating. Yes, Chris, ceramic coating is awesome. So there's any brand products that you haven't really want to try still? I don't know. A lot of people ask me about companies like Dino Wax. They'll ask me about companies like Jack's Wax, which I got the one from my buddy up there in Ohio, gave it to me to test out. There's a couple other brands that people want me to try, but for the most part, I like to try stuff over the counter because 99% of people, maybe not that high, but a good amount of them only ever go to your local store. Wheel guard coating. Honestly, I will be real with you here. I wouldn't do it. I'm sorry, but I have not had the best luck with chemical guys. If you're going to spend chemical guys money, you're going to get a pro level stuff that's actually going to work. I'll give you an example. Here, this is from Acc0rd, the Car Pro. This is ceramic coating for wheels and plastics, okay? Wheels, it says plastic and wheels. So this is meant to be put on your wheels. This is true ceramic coating, right? That's like 35 bucks. How much is the wheel guard? That's ceramic, a real ceramic coating. How much is that wheel thing? You see what I'm trying to say over here? And the quality on chemical guys isn't quite the best. Does that work? I don't know. Are you all waxy now, Edgar? What? You literally talk 95% of the exact stuff every week. Well, then don't watch anymore, Cody. I mean, it's up to you if you want to come in here. Nobody's forcing you. Well, iPhone might be forcing you to come in here, but, you know, I have people ask me the same questions. People want to know things. So that's what I do. It's up to you, Cody. Just like I tell every person, if they want to come and talk shit, they can go and come and stay and whatever. I will not do it. The only time I block people from my channel is when they start cursing or anything like that. Or going off, just dropping F-bombs and all that stuff. That's the only time I block them from my channel. But I tell people straight up, if they don't like something, then what the hell are you doing here? You know, like, just go somewhere else. It's up to you. Nobody's forcing you to watch the videos. So that's the way it goes, man. I just try and help out people. If people ask the same questions, this is what happens, man. Brazilian Mist. 360 products. No, I haven't, man. Oily as fuck. Changed it up. Some stuff. Didn't say I didn't like it. It's just because people ask me the same stuff, and that's what happens, Cody. When you have a live stream, it's more of a way for me to communicate with my subscribers, spend time with them, help them in any way I can, and if that leads to a lot of the same questions, well, that's what's going to happen. It's just going to lead to a lot of the same questions. What the hell is on my car? It's a beetle. There's a big black beetle on my car. Products I'm just give it a try. What's up, Lizard Lick? We're gonna shut this down in a few minutes, Lizard, because we've already been on for almost 3 hours. Just letting you know, we've already talked about it. So if you have any last minute questions, feel free to shoot them to me as fast as possible. I'll help you out, answer them as fast as I can, Lizard, because I'm like, it's been 3 hours. It's time to get out of here and hang out. Must be nice to have a garage. It's not a big enough garage. All I have is 2 cars in there and 1 motorcycle. 2 of my cars are out there. Her minivan's out there, and my other tiny motorcycle is in the dining room. It's in the dining room, okay? So, yeah. Have you tried Jay Leno's products? I've tried their car wash. The car wash is pretty good. But that's all I've tried from him so far. I have a video on it if you want to go check it out. But it's decent. Is it worth the price? I don't know. I think it's around like $9 for their car soap. So, I don't know. Great products, no complaints. Ask Chad himself. Okay, bye. No problem. Lizard, you could have hang out with me for a few minutes, brother. You got a few more minutes. You can spend some time with me. You know, I'm your boy here. I'm your boy, Lizard. You can spend with me. Tiny Mugger says, yes, the Grom. The Grom is in the dining room. I'll show it to you guys if you want. The dining room is a fucking disaster. My wife is a mess. She keeps bringing shit home and just throws it in there like it's her parking spot. It's my parking spot now. It's the way it goes, boys. Here, I'll show it to you. So we're in the kitchen, obviously. There it is. See, this is her dump. There's the grum. It's in the house. Yeah, we don't talk about her mess. There. She's very, 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 very messy. Very nasty. She doesn't clean up after herself, but she's like, I paid for the house and I'm gonna have it the way I want it. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I try and clean like the kitchen, the living room, and my upstairs. Upstairs is basically all mine by myself. Nobody's up there besides me for the most part. Besides maybe my son goes up there, but it's usually almost 99% of the time it's just me. So I keep upstairs clean, dusted, vacuumed, stuff like that. The bead on cars of the bead on the carpet of Acc0rd. I like the beads on if you put Acc0rd on there. Can you do a step-by-step tutorial? I actually have some volatile. If you want to go look at some older videos, it's on my 370Z. It's very easy to do it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll be glad to help you out, though. Because my wife was raised in a very messy house. Her parents are nasty. Yeah, exactly. You go tell her. She'll probably tell me to get the hell out of the house. Because she's like, I pay for this house and all this stuff. So it's just not worth dealing with it. You know what I mean? You really do have to pick your battles. Y'all, if you aren't married, you got to learn how to pick your battles. There's some things that are not worth fighting over, and that would, if I kept nagging her all day long about the cleaning, it would probably end up leading towards divorce because you go to her parents' house. Her parents' house is a dump too inside. It's very messy in her parents' house. So of course she's messy herself. I was raised with my dad was very, very super strict about having the house spotless and cleaned at all times and dusted. So I'm not as strict as my dad is when it comes to keeping the house clean, but I still like it. I like it when it's clean and straightened up. You're not tripping over shit. So that's why I just keep throwing stuff over there. I'm like, get it out, get it out, get it out. And so that's what I try and do. But again, she's the big money. She pays all the bills for the house. So I just sit back and I'm like, okay, whatever. Where'd you buy that wheel ceramic? I bought it at Detail Ground, the local big detailing company here in Orlando, detailing shop. But you can just go buy it from Auto Geek. You can buy it from wherever you want. You can get all that stuff. I haven't tried Formula One yet. I've seen him, but I haven't tried it. Oh man, good luck on that, Christopher. Once I start doing something, I can't concentrate anymore. Doctor with a temper. Yeah, it's not worth it. She has a very hot temper. Don't ever with her house. She won't. Yeah, now she doesn't care about my cars, and that's the cool thing. I was honestly shocked when I talked to her about flight school. Like a year ago, she told me, "Hey, Chad, you need to wait one more year. My medical school loans will basically be paid off more in a year from now. If you can wait one more year, then you can go to flight school." Well, I told her a couple weeks ago I wanted to do it, and she's like, "Fine, I'll stand behind you. That's what you've always wanted to do your whole life since you were a little boy. Just like I wanted to be a doctor since I was a little girl. So you go chase your dream." And that was the way it was. And she said, "I'll support you and take you and make sure everything's there." And basically, it's investing in me. Because in the long term, it's going to be like a bank account where it's going to pay out by investing in it now. You pay in some now, but then you make huge dividends later on because you've invested in something. So that's what she told me. I said, look, all I want to do right now is get the private pilot's license. And then if I'm really as enjoying it as I think, then I will pursue going full commercial. So you have to get all the other endorsements, which will cost like another damn $40,000. So it is no joke expensive, very expensive, but the ends outweigh the means, so it's worth it then. And then iPhone is going to be my flight steward. He's going to be serving me snacks whenever I need it. He's going to slide them up onto the door, and that's how we do our thing. We're going to do a secret handshake underneath the door, and then he's going to slide the snacks underneath it. I like pretzels, by the way. Pretzels are good for me, and I like my Coke, okay? That's all I need right there. Pretzels and Cokes, I'm good. We're flying tomorrow. Wherever you want to go, we're gone. That's what I want to do. When you have a kid, the house is always messy too. Not so much. I'm telling you, my dad cleaned every single Saturday. He was a clean freak. Every Saturday, the house was vacuumed. Anything needed to be straightened, it got straightened. If he was bored, he dusted at least once a month. He dusted. It was crazy. Thanks, Frankie, so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we're going to wrap this up. Any last second questions? Shoot them my way now because I am about to get out of here. Yeah, I like cleaning. I've always liked cleaning my cars. You spend so much money on cars, so you want to keep them clean. That's why. Yeah, you won't get my wife on there. Yeah, you won't get my wife on a live stream. She doesn't really like to be on it there. What was the driving factor? I don't know. She just told me from when she was a little girl, all she wanted to do was be a doctor. And she knew right away from when she was 5 years old, all she wanted to do was be a doctor. So that was her dream. So she went to what's it called, prep school, Went to 11th and 12th grade. She went to prep school. Then she went to the University of North Florida. Then she went off to Ross Medical University in the Caribbean. And then, you know the rest of the whole deal. How many miles on the Blue Prelude? About 196,000 miles. Yeah, no, she wouldn't do that either. She's too lazy. If she's not at work and she's not doing her doctor notes at the end of the day, all she wants to do is watch reality TV. That's what she loves to do, is watch reality TV, even though it's so stupid. I can't stand it, but she loves it. Like, I'll walk by sometimes, and all you hear is F-bombs going left and right, and all you hear is a stupid beep, beep, beep. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, really? You have to hear that much cursing and nonstop? But, she does what she wants. Honestly, Dave, it doesn't matter who I fly with as long as I get to fly. I think that would be just a blast. Would it be nice being able to stay with my current job and then get offered a position? That would be a dream come true too, because here's what I would like to see, Hope. Just like everybody else does. I would like to get through the flight school, get all my hours in, whatever it takes. I'm going to apply at that company, with the company, for a flight job or whatever, because their minimum is 1,500 flight hours. But I would like them to open up my resume and say, my God, you've worked at the company since you were 17 years old? Holy shit, we want to keep you in the company. And you're certified? I want to take you. Even though you're a newer pilot, I would love to have you, because clearly you stick with the company all these years. So I want to have you fly with us, because I know you're going to be worthwhile in the long run. You know what I mean? I'll give you an example. I looked it up online. It was a 2015 survey. The average pilot for my company, the first officer, the starting wage was $239,000 a year. That's about what my wife makes, give or take some money. The average captain was making $295,000. So that's more than my wife makes. So you can understand how that goes. And that's why at regionals you only make 40 to 50 grand a year, but you have to use that in order to get your foot into the commercial, the full big jets. So you have to fly the smaller planes first, get your hours up, get your years in with the companies, and then you transition over to the big boy jets where you make the big money. $1.99. Get you drinks, but not don't get Cody a drink at all. He's already having some problems. But I appreciate it, man. Thanks so much for it. You should look into more of the limitless products. See how they are. I love limitless products. No, don't leave chat on board. I gotta go though, guys. It's seriously been over 3 hours and my throat is killing me. Giveaway. No, seriously, I don't have any more products right now to give away. Actually, I gotta order some more. So this is gonna be a night off. So what we'll do is we'll do double up next week. How's that sound? I'll do 2 giveaways next week because I don't have any products. I gave away my last product to music, the bead maker. So I'm gonna order a bunch more junk to give away. So next week what we'll do is we'll have one halfway through and then we'll have another one at the end. That's why we have 2 giveaways to make up for this week. How's that sound? Hopefully you guys are okay with that. Yes, there's always going to be a live stream. I don't know when it is. You just guys got to pay attention to Facebook and watch YouTube. Click that notification bell so you know when I come online. That's an easy way to do it too. Oh God, no, I don't want to get cast away. I love history documentaries, History Vault, $5 a month, curiosity. Huh. You're always here for nothing, Cody. You're just here for my greatness. That's all it is. So there you go. Now, I'm not going to sleep right now, Edgar. I'm going to go do some YouTube stuff and check on some stuff and whatnot. And I'll go ahead and order some products so that way I can give away some more stuff because I kind of ran out and I forgot to order some. So, oopsie on me. There he goes. There you go. You should get your 3 hours back. You should get your 3 hours back for reals. All right, guys. If you don't have any more questions, I'm going to go ahead and bounce out of here. Yeah, it's like killing me right now, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. If you guys, like I say, if you have any more questions, feel free to shoot it to me right quick. Otherwise, I'm going to send Dalton some Chemical Guys products. Yeah, I have cases. I've got tons of them. I literally used most of those products at one time, and I've never used them again. Seriously. How did I find you? Same way you found me on YouTube. Acc0rd79. Acc0rd79. Same thing on Facebook, same thing on Instagram. You can't do it. Using all-in-one products, you can actually get, like, I love the pads from 3D. They're spider pads. Let me show it to you real quick before I get off. There we go. Open the door. All right, let me see if I can find it real quick, buddy. See if I find the one that I used. Here you go. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. So I use this one right here. Okay. This is it's a high definition cutting polishing pad. It's a spider. So hopefully you guys can see it. They're kind of cut up like that. You see it now? See how they're individually cut? And that way it absorbs the product better and it spreads it out versus just, being all gone. It kind of holds product in. But those pads are stellar, and that's made for cutting or polishing. You can get an orange pad, a standard orange pad if you want as well. All right, good stream as always. Looking forward to it for sure, Panda. I appreciate it. Again, we'll do another live stream this week. You're probably going to see 2 different products, so we'll see what happens. Thanks so much for being a part of my channel. I really do appreciate it. At this rate, we're going to be hitting 30,000 in another month or 2, so we're probably going to grab another 1,000. So let's see what we can do. But 30,000 will be a good number to hit. That really, 30,000 to me is like a big step. When you start hitting 30, 40,000 subscribers, to me that's a whoa, those are big numbers. So that should be a lot of fun if I ever get there. I think 30,000 is definitely doable in the next 2 months. 40,000 maybe next year, so who knows at this rate. Again, you have one dude that a couple of videos that blow up, then suddenly your channel blows up. It's what happens to a lot of people, you know. They'll be nobodies, and they have a couple of videos that just go straight viral, and then before they know it, they go at 40 or 50,000 subscribers in a year, and they're just like, hello, who are you? And that's what happens. There you go. Nah, I don't cockblock people. He can go after iPhone if he wants. That's the way it goes. All right, guys. Thanks again for being a part of it. Thanks for all those donations. I really appreciate it. We'll do this again. So thanks so much. If you haven't watched any of the videos from this week, the hydro wash or the ceramic thing, go watch them for me, please. If you haven't watched them, leave that huge thumbs up. It really does help. Even thumbs down. People don't realize that helps because they're seeing YouTube just sees that people are into the video and they're actually clicking and they're participating in it. So it's pretty fun. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for it. I think you should do some daily driveway. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see, because traffic around here is a complete nightmare, so it's all stop and go, and it pretty much sucks around here. There you go. Anyways, guys, take care, and I'll see you all at the very next live stream from Type R land.